Couch Rider, Raven Report. Let's go. Raven, 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 Couch Rider. Raven, 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 we gon' ride out. Raven, 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 Couch Rider. We gon' ride out.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect it. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White of rap for the beat, though. Hey. We here, y'all. Thanks for coming through to the Couch Rider Reports, the home of original sports perspective, from our couch to yours. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Jermaine Lockett, and you probably were wondering, like, why was this jersey folded over? Because I wanted to represent the number three, and I'll get into that in a minute. But I just want to say I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Y'all are amazing. Keep rocking with me. I don't know why, but I'm glad you're here either way. And of course, before we get started, I want to make sure we pass that collection plate. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe, and smack that bell so you know when it's going down. All right, regular announcement coming out. You know how it is. A couple of y'all won't like this, but G-Ro's still here. We got to get over it. We got to get over it. And of course, shout out to you because you made it happen. We had 1,113 subscribers. I appreciate you. Every last one of y'all that made this magic happen. Y'all been a big part of the process. As we get to 2,000 subscribers, when we get there, we're going to have another raffle for $50. So as soon as we get there, we'll have that raffle. I'll make it legit. Y'all be able to see it live and see who won. But I'll be excited to hand out another 50 just because y'all showing me that love as well. And of course, I would be in a lot of trouble with the guy who made the graphic today if he didn't get his cuts, because this dude has been riding me like crazy about this about his money. I'm talking about my son, Cameron. The boy wants his ducats, and he's like, make sure you keep the Cash App up there. Make sure it's there. Make sure I get it in the super chat. I want my soda. Like, dude, you can't keep shaking me down on my show. So anyway, y'all probably wondering where my sidekick is. He's late again, probably pouring some cereal right now, walking the dog. I'm not really sure. But while we're waiting on him so we could talk about cornerbacks, let's just go ahead and pay the bills to see who's in the room. So according to who commented first in the room, bless Brian, he's here. He was one of the first to comment, so I appreciate you coming through. And then, of course, followed by Delicious. And he's like, yeah, what's up if you here? Said, y'all see Cam, tell him to go get in the car and get here because he's supposed to be here. Bless says, I'm first, Dre. Yeah, so it was good. I appreciate y'all jumping in early. My brother from another mother, literally, is in the building. GK is here. What's up, my boy? We brought back some memories today. Talking about our crazy fights between grown-ups. It's hilarious. All right, so Blessed is in the building. Delicious says, watching NBA playoffs and flicking through some wrestling. Harbaugh and Marlo and Tyree Phillips is there. I did see that. It was on Twitter. Harbaugh, he likes wrestling. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Some things you just don't know. You show up at a wrestling event, might see your coach. So, yes, sir. Pro Shea going to do well. Give me the opportunity. That's what I want to get into. So, I don't know if y'all hop on. It said Kam Ru is fired for late for his job again. All right. So, Cam, you say you better have my coins, nephew Marley, on this grind. Oh, yeah. I appreciate you, Delicious, for the sprites for my boy. So, yes, sir. All right. So, Darius Washington and Brandon Stevens fight for that nickel spot. I think I like that as well. We'll get into that just a second here. Pastor Kempt, hey man, appreciate you coming through. I think you new here. Make sure you hit that subscribe, hit that like, and smack that bell, man. Same thing with you, Choa Mob Tone. Okay, good to see y'all. Glad y'all here. Y'all probably knew this may not be your flavor. It might be your flavor, but appreciate y'all rocking with me either way. And appreciate Delicious for them sprites. All right, so here we go. The things that we were talking about. So I want to just I know they got their overtime show on a lunch break hot take. We got into it. It was good. It was good. It was good stuff. It was good talk. We had a good time, good fun there. They basically don't believe in James Prochet. They do not like the fact that Baltimore is lifting James Prochet up on their shoulders. Yes, it's celebrated. You know, he's highly shaded, celebrated. We believe in the guy. Has he done much so far? No, he hasn't got the opportunities. So that's why I had this shirt folded over, because it is definitely, I'm on the campaign for Prochet to the moon, baby. To the moon. And there is a small wager. I didn't want to bet money. I wanted to make it fun. If the lunch break hot take is wrong and Prochet gets over 800 yards and 5 touchdowns this season, then they will wear a Couch Rider Report shirt. And I'll rock one over here just for fun. I'll rock one of their shirts over here just for the fun of it, but just to prove a point. So when you see me wearing the lunch break hot take shirt this season, just know that I happen to win that wager and Prochet got over the 805. They kind of goaded me into it, because I was kind of like, hey, you know what, Prochet will get above 505 touchdowns. But they were like, no, make it real, you know. And they try to put me in a corner on the deal. So I was just like, you know what, I feel confident in this guy. He's going to make some things happen. Now, as long as there's not a trade for, like, say, Deebo Samuel or something like that, then, of course, it changes those numbers up. But I took the bet regardless. I took the bet. I got kind of cornered into it, but it's fine. I'm gonna be all right. Prochet gonna get that work. He is going to do his thing, folks. So I believe heavily in what Prochet can do this year, because he had the 3,900 yards in college, because he had the 39 touchdowns in college, and he just hasn't had the opportunities. So, like I said, just before we get into the corner, I'll just finish this off and say, look, you know, we're talking about opportunities. In his first year, he got 2 targets. One of them was an interception, and the other one, he juked the guy out of his shoes, put him on full-on skates. The next season, he gets more opportunities. That was this past year. And like I said, against the Bengals and against the Broncos, when his number was called upon, he really put in that work. And you'll see some nice catches nice catch or two against the Lions. If you go back and look at the tape on that, Prochet is that dude and has the ability to be a top receiver, one of the better receivers Baltimore's ever had. He has that type of potential, that type of ceiling. So anyway, what I wanted to get into was what are we going to do about the Baltimore Ravens and the corners? Who is supporting Marlowe? Who is supporting Peters when it comes to these corners? What did Baltimore do to get better in the draft of corners? I want to do some research on each of those. But before we do, let's pay some bills right quick. So Delicious says, not going to lie, if we get Deebo or DK signed or something significant, I think he gets 500 or 600 yards. LOL, bad receivers don't produce. Yeah, so I think, yeah, you're right. So if those guys come in, if one of those two come in, yes, that takes a major hit to Prochet's numbers. Do I believe that maybe something's in the works right now behind the scenes? Maybe. But if it does not happen, if Prochet gets that start, I believe that he will. I believe that he'll get his due. He'll get his money. And there was a lot of other talk about Scary Terry versus Bateman and the lunchtime takes or something like that. This dude wanted to bet money the whole time. He's got a gambling itch, whatever. I ain't worried about him. But my stepfather is calling. Hey, Dwayne, GK, send Mr. Wayne a message telling him I'm going live right now. He need to go ahead and find the link, because I can't just pause the show because he calling the phone unless it's an emergency. So, see what that emergency is all about. Anyway, Delicious says Prochet is more capable than being a 3, maybe a 2 in my opinion. That's why, and that's kind of where I was at. I was like, hey, this guy is a real 2. This ain't no 4. This is a 2 right here. And, when Lamar and him have that chemistry, I think it's going to be on the level of what Snead and Lamar had, in Baltimore. I think it's going to be along those lines of production. I just think Prochet is going to be a little bit better at it. I mean, he can be that dude in the slot. All right. So Dwayne is going to check with Mr. Wayne to let him know we can't go live right now. So let's keep rolling. I don't know where Kam Ru is. Y'all see him out there? Please, just make sure y'all call him in here and tell him what's up. All right, so in the draft, we were looking at our corner situation, and they was like, hey, how do we get better? So they brought in a couple of guys. And that first guy that came off the board that was predicted, I think it was by Mel Kiper, because they were just like, hey, I might as well go ahead and give the first Alabama player to on day 3 to the Ravens, and that's Jalen Lamar Davis. So this guy is 6'2", 192 pounds, out of Alabama. He wasn't pretty far down on the board when it comes to corners, but he got some pretty good talent. He's got good size. He was a special teamer, and then he just kind of took off in Alabama. But special teams is where it's at. You want to make a team, you come out and you show you do special teams, and you'll be just fine. Give me just a second here. Just trying to put this up. Says with Kam Ru, but we're not necessarily with Kam Ru at the moment. So I want to talk about Jalen. So he actually prefers the trailing technique. And y'all are saying, oh, well, why does somebody prefer the trailing technique? When you have the certain amount of speed, you can actually get beat off the line and still be able to make it up when the ball's in the air. And I think that's what Jalen Amore Davis is. I believe he's a younger version of Anthony Averett. He's speedy, still needs some fine tuning. He's going to catch his game probably in his second year. I'm not saying he's going to be explosive this year. I'm saying second, third year, he's going to catch on as long as he avoids the injury bug, because he had a hip injury. He had a knee injury, I think, in 2018, and these things kind of put him on the side for a bit. But the dude comes out, runs a 4.39. I mean, he is I can give you some of the other pros he has. He's got good closing speed with the ball in the air. Like I said, he falls to that first juke, but the same, he's able to make that closing speed. In his 11 starts, this guy, this 4-star recruit out of Mobile, Alabama, he ended up being second team all SEC honors. He was balling, man. He was balling. So he had 32 tackles, 3 interceptions, and 4 pass defenses. So I'm thinking he's a pretty solid corner. Like I said, got some fine tuning to do. Some of his cons, some of the things that he needs to work on, is he gets caught peeking, and when he's in zone sometimes. He focuses on the opponent sometimes a little bit too much, causing space for running back. So if you focus a little bit too much on your opposition right in front of you, your wide receivers in front of you, then you're not actually using that awareness to recognize that there is a running back coming out there, and you need to practice that responsibility and clog that hole, or get past this guy to actually make a stop. So he gets caught in that type of space. Awareness is obviously an area of improvement based on what I just said. He's a little bit handsy. So you got guys who sometimes they just downfield pushing instead of actually using that ability to just mirror. He has a decent mirroring skills, but his availability due to the injuries might be a little bit of a problem. But like I said, overall, he's a good mirror. He's very calm when the ball is in the air. He's able to make up the speed. Like I said, if he's getting beat, he's able to close that distance between him and the opponent, and then he fights at the point of attack. He fights against the blocks versus the run as well. But you saw those just simple concentration lapses here and there. So that is Jalen Amore Davis, another Ravens, Alabama cornerback. Excited about it. Can't wait to see where they put him at, because he is 6'1", 192 pounds. Not sure if he's going to be of course he's going to be a backup, but maybe when he gets his chance, definitely on the outside. Let's pay some bills. So, Bill Seal says, "Sheet, the notey worked tonight." Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it did. Toast is in the building. Seeing that rookie get 22 broke my heart. Yes, I was a little upset. I was like, that means the writing is on the wall. That means that our guy has retired, or he ain't getting signed back, or something along those lines. Poor Jimmy. I love Jimmy. Jimmy was one of my favorite players. I don't care what Brooke Ru says. She's going to tell you, hey, dude was always injured. But when he was on the field, dude was money. Absolutely love Jimmy Smith. I think that number went to Williams. That's the next guy I'll talk about here in a second. So not ready to lose co-cap, Jimmy, Fee, and all in one season. Yes, it's just a changing of the guard, man. The Young Bucks is coming up, and when you got that time of speed, when you got the Ajabos coming, when you got Bowser still on the rise, when you got Owe doing this thing, and then we're gonna have talent at corner this year. You got to get rid of some of this old talent here, because these guys are going to be able to come in and play special teams and do their thing. Now, of course, here's this little thing called injuries. They happen all the time. Injuries happen. And then when injuries happen, of course, that is when veterans end up getting that call back. Like, hey, how you doing, big head? Bring it on back, baby. All right, Toe says, I live near Houston. That DB from UH can play. Yes, sir. That's what I'm going to get into in just a second. Let me finish paying these right quick. It's a time for the young bucks to get it. Yes. You know, with Eric DeCosta, he wants the younger guys on those first contracts to get their grind on. And before we talk about more of that grind for this Houston guy, we're going to bring in the Barry White of rap. Ladies and gentlemen, the chosen one, the main man. I bring you Kam Ru. What's good, man?
Brother, what's up, good brother? Sorry
What's
about
going
that.
on, man? They said we should tax you for being late.
Oh, come on now. Got things going on, man. Got things going on.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
Like a crazy man some days. I do
Yes,
apologize. What's
You
happening?
good, man? You good? We just getting it in. We were just talking about Jalen Lamar Davis. So I just to run back through. I mean, this is a guy who's, you know, Alabama product. Of course, they come out and they produce products all the time. He got a little bit of injury history with some hip and some knee stuff, but the dude plays special teams, earned his job, good mirroring skills, has a little bit of awareness skills issues, but ultimately, I'm thinking this guy could be the next AA.
I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. My bold prediction right now. In 3 years, he's gonna be starting across from Marlon. I think they're gonna extend. Well, I think Peters is going. Only reason they extend Peters yet is because they're waiting to make sure he's fully recovered. So that's the smartest thing to do. And he won't be fully. He said he won't be fully healthy until July. So I think once they test him out, see where he at. You know what I mean? I think they're going to give him a, because you know who you got better out there. That's even exactly.
We got Robert Jackson.
No, you ain't gonna get nobody better. It didn't happen. Only reason I'm saying he ain't gonna be starting in 2 years because I think because he does love Peters does. We love him. He loves it. He loves being here. I think they're gonna start doing the 1 year deals with him like they did with Jimmy. You know what I mean? And he'll be in that rotation. He won't have to start, but you can move him all around. And I don't think he'll have a problem with that. I really think he has that much love for the organization. But reason I'm saying that is because I am a Bama fan. And this dude had to wait behind a list of good corners. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He did have that injury, but some things it's funny that you talk. I brought up Peters, and you said this. He had look at his comp, and look at Peters' comp. Same exact flaws. Peters gets other than the fact that Peters he's like his football IQ is through the roof. This kid is very, very, very mature, and he has a high IQ for football.
Yeah,
this is actually Chris Sims' third best. He had him in his top 5. He had him
top 5.
Yeah, he had him. He actually had him 3. This is what Chris. You can go look. It's on YouTube. Chris Sims.
His game was good, but it was a sample size, man. They had 11 games.
He only had really 1 full year to start, but last year he can start. You know the guys that was before him, especially what's my man that went. Diggs was before him the year before that. 2 years ago. And was it P-Ron? I think that's the way you pronounce his name. Who went to Denver? Yeah, he was before him, so he's sitting behind them, and then the other corners on the other side. Okay, you know what I'm saying. So he's sitting, and then he had, of course, he had. I think that was his freshman year. He had that injury. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he came in and was redshirt because of that.
Yeah. So the growth and the maturity, and he's all about ball, bro. Yeah, he's all about. He said when he was talking to Chris, he was like, man, the way he said it, it just came off like LJ a little bit. Like he's like, man, I'm home, school, football, home, school. I don't care about nothing else. He said, I got my wife, my kids, because he already married. Yeah. He said, I got my wife, my kids, I got school, home, I got football, and that's it. That's all I care about. Now it's just football in my family.
Yeah,
He's
show the level of maturity. That's one good thing. We're not gonna catch him in the club.
he's very
Pac-Man Jones type of stuff, making it rain and then trying to pick it up and let people get murdered or whatever. No, we don't. We ain't gonna have that.
I think only reason I think he's going to be better than Double A is because Double A really just got recruited as to be an athlete. I mean, he got recruited from the school. I forgot the name of the school. It's in Jersey. It's in South Jersey, closer to Philly. But he got recruited because he's an athlete. He didn't get. He was still young in the process of playing corner. This kid has been playing corner.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, and his speed, you can't even after the hip. So you mean to tell me you still running a 4.3 after all the problems with your knee and your hip? You still good? That means you good to go. You know what I mean? You good to go. He's going to be a problem, bro. He's in the perfect spot, and I'll guarantee the reason they picked him because Double A wasn't getting a lot of picks in college. He was a good mirror dude. I think he had like.
I want to see this guy in cover 3. To be honest, I want to see what he looks like in cover 3 with with Williams sitting back there. Yeah, bro, it's gonna be nice.
Perfect spot to learn from two of the best.
Yeah,
and I really think he reminds me. Other than the fact that I think he's a lot more physical than Peters, he just his game reminds me of Peters. How he plays.
Yeah,
even the picks that he had, it's like. Right place, right time type thing. And you're saying to yourself, you can't teach that, but you can't. But that's because you teaching IQ. You can't teach IQ. That's studying the game, being at the right place at the right time. It's funny how you talk about DBs and the best one in the back is right there. So it's like
that's my guy right there, man.
Hold up, it's Wednesday. You know what Wednesday about, right?
What's Wednesday about?
Yeah, got the pie out.
Got the pie on Wednesday. Okay.
Pie on Wednesday.
Let's see here. So he said, Toe says facts, Jay. You know, Jad had got the ball skills that AA dreamed of. Okay.
Ain't gonna go that hard on him, Toast. You ain't gotta go that hard on him.
So, Bill Seal said, I hope Amore Davis doesn't catch the slipping Jimmy bug. So yeah, I'm hoping he doesn't get injured like Jimmy, on a regular basis. On the family front, looks like everything is good. I just got butt down by my stepdad, so that's all. I got a phone call from my stepdad while we were live, so I had my brother check it out. Looks like everything's good. He just accidentally called me.
Okay.
And make sure it wasn't an emergency. What's Delicious says, this is definitely the perfect spot for him to learn. You're right. And he was one of the corners I wanted. So I'm excited to have another Alabama player in the house. For me, I just feel like when it comes to University of Alabama, the recruiting classes are great because Nick Saban just walks into the living room, says, hey, Mom, Dad, I'm Nick Saban.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Alabama, young man. It's just that simple. He can't say nothing else because his resume speaks for itself. He's a phenomenal coach. I'm a little sad because I'm an LSU fan, and they stole from us. All the championships, they should be at LSU right now. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into that.
I'll give you a story. The school that AA went to is not it's not like a Group 4 school, which is like a big school in New Jersey. It's pretty like probably a Group 2.
Yeah.
Nick Saban went there. It was like it was like a celebrity walked in the door.
Yeah.
So you know what you saying is real. Like Nick Saban came in, he was like, Nick Saban walked in there. Oh, I was going to Bama. As soon as he walked in, Nick Saban came to see you.
Let me tell you how much celebrity this guy got.
Yeah.
So 2018 NFL draft. I'm walking down. I'm in the draft area, the entire area of Jerry's World, and they got the whole draft set up. This guy is such a celebrity. He had grown men, security guards, jogging next to a golf cart, shoving people out of the way, saying Nick Saban's coming through. He almost ran me over with his golf cart, bro. That's what type of celeb that Nick Saban is. When you got people jogging beside a golf cart, shoving people out of the path just so he can ride through in his golf cart, you know you the man. I was like, man, Nick gonna run me over.
Right. You're right.
All right, Adib, what's good, man? He says people were focused more on Josh Jobe during the process, but it seemed like Amore Davis is the better prospect. I guess it's all going to come out this season. We're going to see what's going to happen.
Where's Josh Jobe at, though? He didn't get drafted at all, which is a surprise.
Wow.
He went somewhere as an undrafted free agent. I don't know where though.
And it's crazy because everybody's just like they know who they want. They've done the research, and while we've racked them, stacked them in a certain way, and so is the media. These coaches in their war rooms, or these coaches and the general managers in the war rooms, man, they think just slightly differently. And so kudos to the media for getting it somewhat right.
Look him up. Hold on. I want to know where he went now. I feel bad.
Yeah. Brooke says, "What's up?" And she woke up to the bell. She good. Big Reg's in the building. Reg, you missed out. We was talking wide receiver first thing. We was talking about Prochet because there is a bet between the lunch break hot take. So basically, it's a t-shirt. It's a t-shirt exchange. If Prochet, I want you to hear this too, Cam. If Prochet gets 800 yards and 5 touchdowns this year, then
hold on, player. That's big. That's big. Now, hold on, so dial that down.
I had to put it. Because I came out and I said 500, right?
500 sounds good.
I said 500. They backed me into a corner, bro, and they was like, "You believe in you, guy? He'll get 800." I was like, "You know what?
Come on."
I was like, "You know what?
Come on, man."
I was like, "I'll go for the 8. I'll go for the 8."
All right, go ahead.
Let's just say they don't bring nobody in. If Eric DeCosta really believes in this dude, and of course, Prochet gonna get his money.
Mm-hmm.
Prochet gonna get his money. Oh, no, not Prochet, but Bateman gonna get his money, and Prochet gonna get his yards. Yes, if they don't bring nobody in. If they bring somebody in, yeah, it's gonna go ahead and screw the whole deal.
Oh, this is on if we don't bring anybody in.
Yeah, if they don't bring nobody in. I did make the bet regardless, but
what's the bet if he don't get 800 yards? What?
Nothing. It's just basically I just told him, I was like, hey, t-shirt exchange once he hits the 805 touchdowns. So with the lunch break hot take.
Okay.
So basically, I want them to wear my shirt to recognize that they was in the wrong.
So what if okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably going to design. I'm gonna design a shirt that's gonna have the number 3 on it with the Couch Rider Raven on logo on that joint.
Okay, well, I'm praying that you win there, brother. That's tough. That's a.
Let's see here. All right, so
Hold on. I just thought. Oh, first of all,
go ahead.
Philly got him. He probably gonna stay there too because they need corners.
Yeah,
picked up by Philly, and as an undrafted free agent. That's 1. 2. I wish Big Reg was in here on Monday because the dude Jake, he's not here. He was talking a lot of cash about the receivers, right?
Oh yeah, Jake from State Farm was tripping.
Yeah, Jake from State Farm, right? It should have been Jake. Yeah, he was tripping.
Wow, this cat was just talking trash on everything. I was like, is this dude really a Ravens fan?
Being negative about every little thing. It wasn't nothing nothing positive coming out of his mouth.
So Saban is like that person with at least 3 engagement rings in their back pocket, but you actually trust them. That's funny. All right. So I'm pretty sure Joby in Philly.
You're going deep. Go ahead.
He said he's pretty sure Joby's in Philly.
Yeah, he's in Philly. I just looked it up. He sounded Philly.
Godson in the building.
What's going on?
What's going on, man? Let's see. He said, Daryl Turner said, "What's up, fellas? Just now coming in. We had one heck of a draft." I feel you, Daryl. What's good, man? Definitely baited you on that. Okay, yeah, they baited me on the Prochet bet, no doubt. So they said bad wide receivers get 500 yards,
but
the thing is that's not Baltimore's system, and that's kind of where my argument would be is Baltimore's system. A receiver getting 500 yards proves that they are a pretty solid receiver. The number 2 receiver getting 500 yards, and I'm talking about wide receiver, not including. So if the wide receiver, the second wide receiver, is getting 500 yards, and they are a pretty solid option.
But even though this is his 3rd season, if he gets 500, I think that's a good thing because he progressed. That's a big progression because he wasn't. How many yards did he have last season?
It was probably 200 or something.
And that's. Sure, it was even 200.
Yeah, he was in the 200s because he had 2 games. One game he had over 73 or 70 some yards, whatever. And then I can't remember what the other game was, but it was against Cincinnati where he did pretty well against Cincinnati in that blowout.
Yeah, I think he had this is the thing about Prochet when he gets when he's in the game, he's getting the ball, bro. He's always open. It's just a funny thing. He's always open. He ain't the fastest, but he's always open.
That's the thing. I'm like, this dude here is, you ain't got to be the fastest when you got moves the way he does, man. When he find holes in open space,
bro. He's a fish route runner.
So he had 76 yards against the Bengals, and then he had about 70 some yards against the. I think it was like 73 yards against the Broncos. So total, he had 202 yards in 2021, and no touchdowns, but 16 receptions for 202 yards. But he was doing 14.4 yards per catch. So
how many catches did he have in each game?
He had 16.
How many did he have in each game?
Shoot, I don't know. We're looking at game log. He had 8 targets in December against Cincinnati, and then in that Denver game, he had 6 targets. So he had 7 catches in the Cincinnati game, 5 catches in the Denver game, and then he had 4 catches for 52 yards, 4 for 4 against the Washington Commanders. So that was his preseason game when he went off.
How many have in Detroit? I know he had 1 or 2, did he?
Detroit. I know he had a big one in Detroit.
Yeah, before the half. But I don't remember if he had more than that. But
yeah.
Brooke, you are in charge of the time. What's up, Brooke? Do your job. You didn't do your job. You are in charge of the time. When it gets to an hour and 15 in the room, you supposed to ring the bell. Let us know. What up, Bless?
This dude said Tyler gonna crush the Banks. All right, so I can see Tylen having a decent year, but at the same time, I think Prochet is next in line for the big target.
Being biased, yo.
Huh?
You got your favorites. You like the bad ball.
That's my son. What's the reason?
You got your favorites.
Hey, baby.
Stop being favorites, bro.
Look, man. Go get the shirt, man.
Yeah, favorites going on, bro. Stop being favorites.
Look, man. I'm telling you, he gonna get it in, y'all.
All right,
so D says Andrews had 1,000 yards, Hollywood gets 1,000 yards, and Bateman got 550 yards and limited opportunities. If Prochet is wide receiver 1, or wide receiver 2 all year, he could get 800 yards if the O line is good as we think it is. Yes, with Fort McHenry,
he's wide receiver 2. We don't know how this is going to work out. I can see him and Duvernay getting about the same amount. I keep figuring out that.
Well, the thing about Wallace, man, is just Wallace going to be that back shoulder guy. He's going to be that backside wide receiver now. Bateman going to be the front man. And you know how Lamar is between the hashes. He likes his slot guys, and he likes his tight ends. Usually that third, or was it the number 2, I guess, wide receiver that is actually playing the X, he not hitting that much. But now the Bateman is going to be over here, possibly playing a little bit of the Z. I'm not sure if they're going to put him in the X or the Z or whatever, but if they have Wallace sitting on Lamar's backside or on his left side, then that could, put his production a little bit further down. But you can see that Prochet is primed in the slot to make a little bit more production.
Bateman was on that side the whole time this year, and I think this year they're going to actually move him around. That's what they should have been doing. They should have been moving all up. Mm-hmm. But that was the plan. But Bateman, if anybody, Tyler gonna be on that side, on his left side now. And every time Bateman I can see Tyler get about 500 this year. I can see Bateman getting 1,000. I don't know. I see Devin and James getting about, maybe he could get 800, but again, it's going to be about the yak at the end of the day. It ain't just going to be off that catch. So they all can have. Yeah,
I'm about to say, when it comes to Wallace, he's definitely a yak monster, and I think Prochet can do some things.
Yeah, so I see that happening, but my goal in my head is, and I'm praying that if we can marry the passing game that we had this past season to that running game of 2019 and put it together like Lamar's going to be even more efficient. My prediction, my whole prediction is that I think that Lamar throws more touchdowns than he did in 2019 and less interceptions. He only has 6. So I'm gonna knock it down to half. I think he's gonna have only 3.
Yeah, I think it could be a Tyrod Taylor type of year,
like Aaron Rodgers did the MVP year. Not this past year. I think the year before. What he only had 3 interceptions and like 45 touchdowns or something like that. I think it was either last year or this year. I don't know. But it's going. I gotta feel like it can be that way if we get back to that type of efficiency. I think that's what's going to happen.
I know they need to stop taking that man off during the offseason. I tell you that, because he keep coming out and just balling.
What's that? What happened?
Well, I said they need to stop taking Aaron off during the offseason. I was like, every time they do that, he come out balling.
Yeah, he do. Yeah, he
Let's
do.
see here. So Daryl says Lamar has to trust Prochet and Duvernay this season.
He does.
Also, we gotta let that man on the field. Prochet can easily have over 500.
Hey, he trusted Duvernay. He trusted Prochet when he was there. But you can't if you can't get dressed, you can't play. So
yep,
you gotta dress him. You gotta, you know what I mean? That's not really all on Lamar. That's actually on the whoever's telling who got to come out there in the packages.
Yeah, saying he just needs opportunities. Yeah, you give this man a chance. It's on. I don't know if you saw his comment on Twitter. He said, "Don't be a fan later." He put it out there. Let everybody know, like, hey, y'all might be hating on me now, but don't come around trying to be like, oh, I was with him the whole time. I believed in him, this, that, and the other. So there's gonna be a lot of people out there, you know, like I said, Ravens Nation is a little split right now how they feel about him. But I am definitely pro Prochet.
Let me tell you something. I guarantee. Look what's already happening. I guarantee after OTAs, they all gonna be together someplace. I don't care if it's in Arizona like it was, wherever. I see all of them. Duvernay, Prochet, Bateman. You know what I mean?
I want to see some of these undrafted free agents out there with Lamar.
If they can follow them, they're gonna have to. Hey, bro, wherever you gonna be training, can I be out there?
Can you pay for my ticket? My contract was only like $10,000.
Yeah, you got. Hey, if I gotta take that flight, scared money don't make money, brother. You gonna have to take that flight.
Right. Hey, can we go half on the ticket, Lamar? I mean, I'm trying to eat today.
You got my first class. You've been flying coach all this time.
Yeah, I'm flying coach. Let me get Southwest. Can I get a little Southwest? You know,
so you can get there 200 some odd bangs.
Yeah.
Scared money don't make money. You gonna be where you gonna be at? Because I'm gonna be there. That's all you gotta tell them.
Let's see. Bless Ryan's just saying what's up to you.
What up?
Brooke saying I can't see the time. So Brooke, we are at 37 minutes. I forget. We're going to an hour and 20.
Time on 30 is we had 37. We had 38 minutes right now.
I ain't finna do the math. I'm from Louisiana.
Set your time. Tell us when to get 45 minutes.
Yeah, 45 minutes on there. Just set a time for 45 and then just let us know when to go off.
Minutes, bro. Stop making excuses.
She's been telling me that. So how long y'all been in? Yeah, we've been at 38 minutes. So set a timer for 45. Yes, Bless Brian saying 40, saying Prochet, absolutely. Says I think Wallace is going to get a lot of the screens as well. Okay.
Good. Look.
And like I said, possession guy. This is where he's gonna get that work in. It's all the possessions, all the Willie Snead type of work. That's what I'm thinking Prochet is gonna get.
Passing the Snead too. That's the good thing.
Yeah.
Bro ain't slow. And he a better route runner.
Yeah. And so here it is. Said, man, if we get that Ravens, if we get that Ravens is a legitimate problem. If we get what?
About they married the offense together, Delish. I mean, the passing game. That's why you brought T and Keith in, right? To establish that passing game.
Yeah, that's what they're there for. They ain't just sitting there lumps on the law. They in the war room right now.
So we ain't running them there running the high school plays. You know what I mean? With the receivers. They running some real routes. You got some real schemes going on.
Yeah. So I agree, Toast. Getting Gus back is going to be huge for this offense. Like, no more time traveling 2017 for running backs to sign. We're not shaking the cup, please. Let's get a running back. No, we got good running backs, and if they're healthy, they're going to be dominant.
And the rookie we just got, trust me, he gonna get some burn. He gonna get some burn.
That was Beatty.
In the beginning of the season, he gonna get some burn.
Yeah,
he gonna get some burn in the beginning of the season until
everybody healthy. Brandon Parker says clutch pickups, absolutely. And then he also has a question for us. Says, which wide receivers do y'all think will make the 53-man roster? Good question. That is a good question. I know who I'd be rooting for, but I can't really tell until I can see camp. Once we get something from camp, that's what I want to know. Because they all got Tommy, Polk should have been drafted.
Are you talking about some undrafted receivers? Or is he talking about this?
I think he's just talking about which wide receivers do we think will make our 53-man roster. So I'm thinking Like I said, Polk should have made the roster. Slade Bolden, Polk should have been drafted. Slade Bolden, as much as I'm hearing about him as this slot, it's going to be interesting to see him. I think he'll be on the practice squad, and then probably get snatched up by another team because they recognize that type of talent level.
I can see him in quick.
Devin Williams, I like the guy. I like him.
He's a monster.
Yeah, it's just one of those slammed on him and MZ. I think they are just climb the ladder type guys who will go up and get it. And then, I've seen some tape on Devin today. He's a willing blocker, even though he's skinny. This dude, he is willing to block at the third level. I'm like, wow.
We'll see if they can get to. They're gonna get a chance.
Mm-hmm.
They start practice on Monday.
So yes, sir. Top run game and pass game. I think the pass game is probably going to rank in the 12th. I think it's going to be like 12 to 10, ranked in the league. But the run game is going to be on point again.
Yeah. I mean, we was number 3, and that was because of the quarterbacks. That wasn't even because of the running game.
Yeah, they were running like crazy.
So imagine when you got some actual threats in that backfield, and that line is blocking.
GK says Lamar 33 touchdowns in the air, 7 touchdowns on the ground running. I like that prediction. I do like that prediction.
I want to go higher, Gary.
Go higher?
I think he threw 36 is the MVP. Yeah.
Yeah, I say I could go like 38. 38.
40. I'm under 4.
We're going 40. All right.
4-0.
We gotta get Prochet. We gotta get Prochet his. Gotta get that T-shirt. So yeah, let's go 40.
We'll go 40. Put that 40 up there. He can do it.
Okay. I said I really wanted. Toast said I really wanted Brobe from Bama in the draft, but Beatty's pass catching ability is something that we didn't have. So,
you wanted to get.
I think it was B-Rob.
Josh, bro. You wanted to get him?
Oh, okay.
Or is he talking about somebody else?
I'm not sure.
What I'm thinking about is the corner, the one we were just talking about.
Yeah, I think he was talking. I think he wanted the running back from Alabama.
That's Brian Robertson.
Yeah, B-Rob. So that makes sense.
Then he get somebody drafted him earlier, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he got drafted. Let's see what Delicious talking about. Said I like him, Emeka. If I had to pick one, based on his tape, like I said, I'm a big fan of Devin, but at the same time, Emeka you couldn't deny the tape.
He got a little wiggle to him, huh? I didn't see his tape yet.
Yeah, the tape is. Dude is just. He's just a jump ball guy. Like if you in the, you at the daycare center and you got that one kid who just jumping over everybody, catching the ball, yeah, getting the 5,000 points. Yeah, that's him. He's the annoying kid jumping out jumping everybody.
And he was how many receptions he had this year? What was his?
Didn't I have those numbers? I thought I had those numbers from the last episode or something. Let's see. He had 169 career receptions. He's a yak monster, 5th in the school as far as receptions, 13 touchdowns in 2021. That was 12th in school history. And he had an impressive pro day, consistent hands, a total of 2,093 receiving yards, and 38 touchdowns in high school. And solid, tough frame guy. Like I said, just 6'3", 220 pounds. So we're looking for that bully. You're looking for that bully X over there.
That's T.O. right there.
Yeah, I hate to see a guy, put Wallace back to sleep on the bench or something like that. But if he had to go to sleep, I'd say for this guy would be the one.
Now Tyler gonna get out there. I don't care if this dude make the team or not. Tyler a monster, bro.
Yeah.
We can't deny Tyler. It took like 4 jokers to tackle him when he made the catch in the Cincinnati game.
Yeah,
and that was down the middle. That wasn't like. It wasn't just him on the outside. Like he caught the ball. He was trying to take it up.
I feel you.
So.
Cam says, as long as LJ doesn't lead the team in rushing again, bad formula if he does.
I agree, but
yeah.
that's something that's more on the backs than it's going to be on him. And even you got to think about it.
I'm hoping I know it's. I really don't care how it leans out. I just know I want the guy to go back to 1 progression, 2 progression.
Yeah.
Screw it, it's not there. Let's run.
Let's go.
But with this line, he's going to have a little bit more time.
Yeah, but that and again, you gotta. Who said that? Cam.
Yeah. B Cam. Yeah.
You gotta remember this, B. it's not because of purpose. Everybody keeps thinking it's because of design running plays. It's not really. Most of Lamar's biggest runs come off of scrambles. Like, think, all right, just to dial it back. Think about not last year, the COVID year. Only the biggest, other than those two big runs, I think he had two. Other than the three big runs against Dallas, the Eagles, and Washington. Funny, they all NFC East teams. Other than those three big runs,
work on them NFC East teams, man. It was like 48 yards every time. Like, all right, touchdown, boom.
Yeah. Other than those three big runs, that even though they were huge runs, like 50 yards, right? Other than those big runs, it's always when if everybody decides they want to go man and nobody's open, and he takes off because he can't find anybody. That's the only time that's the problem. Like, you don't want to take that away from him. That's the only reason he's really, in my opinion, especially the 2019 season, because he had 1,000 and Mark Ingram had 1,000, like 1,032. Lamar had almost 1,100. He had almost.
Yeah, he got the Vic record that that was 12.
Got the record on Thursday night against the
Jets. It took one heck of a hit when he did too.
Yeah, when that shows you how tough he is, because he shook that off like it was nothing. I ain't even.
So I'm sitting here like, ooh, the record. Ooh, God.
You gonna pay for that record. You gonna pay for that record. But the thing was, other than that, like, he really didn't. His runs were, and he really didn't. He didn't play the whole game, so his runs were like, it's really on the running back. Like, I thought if J.K. didn't get hurt, I thought J.K. was gonna be the lead rusher this year, because J.K. a big play waiting to happen, bro.
You know what's funny is have you ever recalled a game or after a game where a player got a box of jerseys to give out to players after the game or to the opposite team?
Only with Lamar.
I'm like, ain't nobody doing this, but I'm like, Pat Mahomes ain't have a box of jerseys to give out to the opponents.
Only everybody wanted to. That's the funny thing. That's what, again, that's another reason why it bothers me when the hate is there. He showed everybody love. I remember Le'Veon Bell when he was at the Jets, and Robbie Anderson, after the game, he wanted to take a picture with him. Yeah. Like, what does that tell you about the type of person he is? Like, that's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, come on. That's right. If you can't root for him, something's wrong.
Let's keep going here. So, Toe says, pretty sure Devin Williams is a former 5-star prospect coming out of high school.
He was.
Wow, he was. 5 stars. It's amazing.
Yeah, he was.
They're gonna run Lamar way too much. I think there's going to be a balance. I think they recognize, like, hey, you can't, when you look at players who have been used entirely too much the last year, one of them was Debo and the other one was Lamar. They ended up breaking because they was used entirely too much. I mean, yeah, it was a freak play where Lamar got hurt, whatever like that, but they put that whole team on his back and you saw production. Huh?
It's a late hit.
Yeah.
It was off a screen play at that. It was a screen. The dude can whatever the dude's name is, he couldn't even get there. The ball was already in Mark Andrews' hand, and this joker going to dive and try to hit him. It's a late hit, bro. It's just a late hit. Lamar really got hurt unless that. It was a late hit.
Yeah, he was saying Brian Robertson from Alabama.
Yeah, he did go to Bama.
Washington football team he went for 800 yards. I think he was talking about Ingram. Ingram went for 800 yards that year. Lamar had 12.
What happened?
Ingram, he went for 800 a year. Lamar.
No, he went over. Ingram went over 1,000.
I think he was showing him 800. I think that year.
No, he went over 1,000 that year because he went to the Pro Bowl.
Somebody look that up for us right quick. Look it up for Delicious.
He went to the Pro Bowl that year.
All right, Brandon's trying to keep us focused, right? DeMarion will be Tyler, boys. Let's see. We'll get onto that in just a second. Trayvon Clark isn't bad either. He said it was a dirty hit, JOK diving at our boys' legs. Yes, sir. Believe that. All right, so here we are. We're going back over to the we was talking about corners. We got a little sidetracked there because I kind of took us off of a different path there. All right, so the next corner I wanted to bring up was the other draft option that we had. DeMarion Williams, 5'10", 182 pounds out of Houston. He was picked number 119 for the Baltimore Ravens. And then, this guy, I had him as very instinctive. He's great when he comes to break on the ball. I mean, just foot in the ground, poof, gone. Just like some people have those choppy steps when they're trying to get after it and try to get back when they see the ball actually when they see a player going to come back. Nah, this dude is just 1 foot in the ground. He don't waste those steps, and he goes and gets it. He gets his head around to make plays on the ball. It's one thing I was looking as he's going downfield behind as he's using a trailing technique. This dude will trail, but at the same time, he's not just looking at the receiver's eyes or trying to just play the man. He actually went back and gets that head around to make a play on the ball. That's going to really save you a lot of those penalties when you're actually making those plays on the ball versus the receiver themselves. He trusts his eyes. He's got good awareness, good anticipation skills. He has 63 tackles, 1 interception, and 9 pass breakups in 2021. Like I said, but the cons about this guy, inside tech on man coverage. I guess he's giving up the inside a bit instead of ushering people to the out. He's got a high back pedal, and they said something about his hips not being as loose as they should be. And flipping the hips might be the issue. But other than that, I thought Demaryion Thomas was a baller because of those instincts that he has. What do you think?
He's not an outside corner. That's what they're talking about. They had him playing outside, and then that's when they switched Marcus Jones to the outside and they moved him in. He's better in the slot. And he also played a lot of safety, so he probably didn't have to flip a lot. So the only time he had a problem playing corner was when he was playing, as far as they're saying pushing the receiver to the outside. Him playing outside corner, he has to work on his technique. Him playing in the slot though at corner, that's where he had to pick. And a lot of the breakups. Also, he's good on special teams. He can punt return and kick return, so that's a good plus to be able to have. So, but he does have ball skills, and he's not afraid to hit nobody. Yeah. The funny thing is, he's another one that's young in the game because he didn't start playing organized football. He played football his life, but he didn't start playing organized football to his junior year in high school. So he didn't get any offers. He went JUCO and then he went to Houston. So
yeah, I like the fact that they're not. The Ravens are they're looking at a little bit of tape of these guys and they see some sparks, see potential, and it's not a full resume. So they were able to steal these guys a little bit later because of that.
So you're captain too.
Yeah.
So that tells you what type of person. He is. He's a captain for the past 2 years. So
Delicious went back and he found he said Emeka went for 800 yards last season. I think when I said the 2000 something, I meant to say 2093 throughout his college career is what he had. And then he said definitely Ingram had the 1,000 on the ground in 2019.
Yeah,
he was right on that one. Let's see. He's like decent. He likes Demaryion, but I would have taken Barno instead. Imagine having Barno, Ajabo, and Adafe on the same team.
That would be nice, but then
we're gonna put all these guys. When Allen come back, he can be like, "What the heck, man?"
Bowser?
Yeah.
I mean, Bowser can be moved all over the place, but I think that you gotta understand where you're coming from. But to think about it, we gotta get some help on that back end. Nobody's super. We had the oldest defense last year, the second oldest defense. So we gotta get some help in the front, the middle, and the back. And the only place we didn't really get any help was at middle linebacker, which my sneaky pick. What's that? What you farting? My sneaky pick is
my phone picks up everything, man. Blow my nose. I'm like way down the hall.
That's the gas while we all live. Y'all getting this? You see how your boy do?
Like,
oh no. My sneaky pick to make the team. my sneaky pick to make the team is Diego. You don't make all those tackles for nothing. He was in the service. So and he was a captain again. So he's smart. He's in the Navy Academy.
Yeah.
He's smart. He got everything together.
Oh, he's an
athlete. So special teams is going to be a no-brainer. That's not going to be a problem. I think he'll be the linebacker that does make, make the 53. I got a feeling he's definitely gonna make it. Like it's different.
282 career tackles. I mean, heck of a hitter. Great against the run. I'm looking forward to seeing what heck, when it comes to inside linebacker, it's a wide open competition right now.
And in the Navy, they went to a ball game, so it wasn't like he hasn't had success. You know what success looks like on the football field. It's different. If you coming from the Naval Academy or the Army or heck, even the Air Force, if you're not playing, I think maybe the Air Force probably may throw the ball a little bit more. But if you're not playing running back, or if you're not playing like somewhere on the defense, even or maybe offensive line, it's very difficult for you to get drafted, especially, and then you got your priorities. So only reason he was able to, they let him go is because the Navy gave him his pass, saying that he did his time.
Mm-hmm.
You can go ahead and now he's getting an opportunity of a lifetime to live out his dream, man. The dude is solid. I seen the ball game. I didn't know who it was, but somebody was lighting somebody up, and I kept hearing that name, so I was like, what? Fargo, who is this dude?
Yeah.
It was like, wow. I mean, I was like, okay, this joker's not playing.
Right. He hit so hard, how you better not dare make fun of his name. This dude will hit. He
didn't say it the right way. You better say it the other way. All right.
I said, don't ever say it the other way.
I dare you.
Just, they say getting your point across, right?
Yeah.
What do you mean? I think he'll come across with this.
Yeah, from here to here.
Yeah,
here to here. Say it again.
All right. So Jesse Jackson, what's going on, Jesse? All right, welcome to the room. So, do you think Jimmy is coming back?
Well, Reverend, no.
I'm hurt, man.
I'm only joking.
I love Jimmy Smith, man. I might go ahead and get that throwback, man. But Jimmy's my guy, but that's it.
He retired. He gonna come back to coach. I think that's what he'll come back to do. He said he was gonna do that too. He said it after this year. He don't know if he gonna play anymore. He said if he not playing here, he gonna retire, but he'll be around to help. So I can see him coming in the intern or assist with the DBs to help them out. And he said he's gonna be around the building because he loved being there. So I do see that. But him playing, no, I don't want to see my boy go down. No way. I don't want to see him go down bad at all.
So Toaster asked a good question here. He said, have I checked out Zakobi Mclean? So here's the thing about Zakobi. I had him as a bone-crushing tackler, run stop skills off the charts, athletic. I wanted to see a little bit more versus the pass on this tape. I think Auburn only had one player drafted, so this is an exceptional, basically a steal. And because, Auburn has some exceptional defense, and to only get one player drafted out of this, and then we get another star out of there. Huh?
So Smoke was going to get drafted. Your name was Smoke Monday.
Yeah.
He coming down to lay all the wood.
Yeah, and this dude had 95 tackles in 2021. So, that's a pretty good number for him. I think the reason he went so late or didn't go is because of the size. He's only at 6 feet, I believe. But I think the linebacker coach gave him an endorsement and said, hey, this is the guy you want in the alley with you when you go to fight. You got to fight somebody, you want Zakobi with you. So that's basically the shortest review I can give you on Zakobi right now. But, of course, we'll go looking deeper into the tape. Can't wait till we see more camp. Can't wait till they put them pads on. Wait till he pops somebody. That's going to be exciting.
Or you get a chance to see, I'm sure they're going to put highlights up of the rookies coming in starting Monday.
Yeah.
And see what they look like and see them moving around. So that'll be a good, that's always a good read.
And then, of course, like I said, I'm excited about Josh Ross. Josh Ross, a guy who knows the system, who can help install this system even better in Baltimore. And then, like I said, he's going to have an opportunity to compete at that inside linebacker job. And he's probably already got the inside with the coach. Like, hey, say, coach, I got a shot. And he's like, we'll see. See how you install this daggone defense for us. So that's cool.
He's going to get his practice squad.
Yeah, he could be on practice squad, or at least, some way he's going to be mentoring these guys because they like, hey, man, what are we supposed to do here? What's this particular formation along those lines? He can probably ultimately snatch that green dot from Chuck. Yeah. All right, so Big Red says, I think they're going to trade Chuck Clark. Well, the only person that came from was Jason LaCap. So I don't think Yeah, I think if it's on the table, I don't think Baltimore's really looking at it that seriously. I think that's the only person that came from was a thought from Jason Locke Cat for who just probably the biggest crap artist when it comes to Twitter with a blue check. So I don't believe a word come out of that dude's mouth. So I think Clark is sticking around. I think Harbaugh meant it when he said, "Hey, we're gonna stick with a 3-safety system."
How many more years you got on contract?
I think this is his last year on his contract.
I don't think he had a green dot this year. Though. I think Josh Bynes. I think they're gonna give it back to the linebacker. I think Josh is gonna have it at least for this year. And whoever they're gonna groom under him, or Patrick Queen step in and take it, you know. But I think Josh should have it. Josh is the smartest person between him and Chuck, smartest two players on the team. But if they want to give it back to a linebacker, I think it's going to be Josh right now until everybody else, all these, you know, whatever rookie going to step up.
So right now he's got some out years, some potential outs. So this year they could actually bail and save some money. So let's see.
I mean, I don't think they're bail. I think if the only potential trade that makes sense, because I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, bro. I honestly think after that, just thinking about that interview with Hollywood, I don't think we're gonna be able to bring in a free agent receiver. That's just not gonna happen. I don't care who it is. I don't think nobody won't come in unless you're gonna overpay him. They just and it's not because of Lamar. At first I was thinking it's Lamar, but it's not because of Lamar. It's because of Greg Roman, the system that we run. So they don't think receivers get paid to catch. They don't think they're gonna get the passes. But it's all about showing and proving, right? So
that's what I don't get. Like they think they're not gonna get the targets, but Hollywood was targeted 146 times last year.
Yeah, but we don't. He got one of the reasons he got targeted 146 times because one, we couldn't run the ball, right? Yeah. And if it wasn't Lamar doing everything, nobody else was going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
But on top of that, again, you know, that's a special piece. Like he got he was downfield, he was killing it. But you got to show and prove it. So if you think about it, this is how I'm thinking. If you told me, and everybody builds relationships in the league. Yeah. If you told me, like you was the number one receiver at Baltimore, you're like, yo, I love him, I love everybody, but I feel like the system's not for me. Mind you, AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, and Hollywood all have the same agent. You know everybody talking. Yeah. They're talking. And again, he said, like you heard, you saw the interview like I did. It's not that I don't think they can win. With Lamar, they always can win. It's just that the system doesn't fit me. He wants to be in an air raid system where he can show what he did. It's not even about the targets. It's about how he's being used.
Well, it sounded like, he was mad because they waited to the end of the games when they were behind to actually throw back in the game with him because they wanted to focus on the ground game.
Well, that's one way to look at it. But at the same time, I understand what he was saying, but I think everybody taking that too far to the left, like, you know, we couldn't get nothing. He has to be honest with himself to a degree, but at the same time, I think everybody's taking it too far to the left. Like, he just complaining, blah blah blah. We never could. If y'all remember this whole season, our first two drives were always stalled for some reason. They would get all the way down there and something wouldn't work. It was always like
because their quarterback would come to the game only an hour early.
No,
he warmed up a bit.
Bro, he was doing that when he won the I keep saying I won the MVP. But it has nothing to do with it. You drive all the way down there, and then when you get to the red zone, the plays aren't working. So something has to be fixed. The plays we weren't doing great in the red zone. So this is the thing. If you really think about it, and I had to come to grips with this because I'm a big fan of Hollywood. And I was rooting for him. I'm still gonna root for him. He's not the right type of receiver for us, for this system, for what we do. The receivers that we need, honestly, are receivers that get yak. And I'm talking about jokers that got wiggle and they can get loose. If he was Tyreek Hill, he would have a phenomenal year, regardless. The reason why you think about it, They don't throw the ball. They throw the ball deep in Kansas City, but everything's really short. Tariq creates.
Yeah.
So this is Duvernay's opportunity to get busy.
Yeah, I agree.
Duvernay can create on his own.
Yeah, I think that's one guy we keep I keep forgetting about, but at the same time, his presence is there. This dude had over 260 some yards last year, and he should have had a lot more.
He should have, because he's not getting opportunities. We can all agree with that, right? He's not getting the opportunities that he should.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I think Duvernay he earned those reps this past year because he benched basically Sammy.
Yeah, he has great hands. We have it. So only reason to go back to what I was saying, it has to be proven. So like if we're the number one offense like we were in 2019,
yeah,
right? If we're the number one offense like we were in 2019, but our passing game has blossomed like it did last year, like we showing those type of progressions, then we can grab somebody. But right now, the best thing that's why they think about all the undrafted free agents that we signed.
Okay.
Look at how many receivers we never did that before.
Yeah, like 5, I think. Yeah, I mean, from Mekhi Polk, Trevor Clark,
right,
and Mika Emsey, and Slade Bolden, and then I think Devin Williams, and Devin Williams. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
And I don't want people to think that we didn't reach out for Justin Ross. I'm sure they tried to get Ross, but again, once you're not drafted, it's up to the undrafted player to choose where he wants to go.
I mean, when you got it was a congenital spinal issue.
Scary, bro.
Yeah,
scary thing.
That's the same issue with what's his face, the linebacker, or he's our linebacker coach now. They didn't want to take that chance, And sometimes it's not just about the money. It's not about the insurance that they're going to have to bail out or whatever. It's about the player.
Yeah.
Sometimes you care about these young boys so much that you want to make sure that they don't ruin themselves. You don't want to be known as the team who ruined this guy's life.
And then on top of that, he came back, but he had a fracture this year. So I hope he does well in Kansas City, except when they play us. But I hope he makes the team and does well. And I hope they're able to make sure he stays strong so you don't have that problem. But that's like a scary thing when you talk about the back and any form you talk about. Go ahead.
So Travis was just saying what's up. He said he came in a little late. It's cool. We text you.
Okay.
We text you. Travis is saying, I agree with you, Toast. Chuck has been fundamental to our team. I think he's a key piece. That's why I don't think he is going to get rid of until he's able to pass off some of that knowledge to the next guy. You got to train up the next guy on how to run the defense as a whole, or they at least until they feel comfortable saying, hey, we can now run a defense. Then they'll probably look at different options for this guy. Michael Jackson's daddy saying, sorry, Justin Jack. That's the brother. Sorry, I'm talking about Joe. All right, so I mean, sometimes we were behind because Hollywood had dropsies. I'm thinking of the Lions game specifically. Yes,
we're behind, but hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm still laughing about you, Michael Jackson. Anyway, we was still winning that game. The defense messed it up, honestly, because they weren't tackling. And then we could have been way ahead, though. That's true. We could have been way ahead if he would have caught the two passes that should have been touchdowns. That's very true, though, just on that end. But again, he only had 6 drops.
That was just a bad game. Yeah, he admitted it. He admitted it on the Twitch. So he was like, "Yo, that was my worst game of my career." He called it fair and square. That's one thing I liked about him on that Twitch was he was able to be as transparent as he wanted to be with us. And like there were people in the room, there was some trolling, they kicked him out. Yeah. But in that Twitch room, this man basically said he called it out, called the truth. He talked about the different types of routes that he liked to run. He said he liked to run a little bit more slot than he liked to be on the outside. He said, but it depends on what the situation is. He preferred rolling receivers. He wanted to have all types of different receivers in there so the defense didn't know what was coming next as far as where he was lined up.
Who said that?
Huh?
Who said that?
Oh, Hollywood.
Oh, Hollywood. Okay.
Yeah, so he was talking about the formations that he liked to run, and and then he was giving props to the receivers that are currently here because he was giving props to Prochet, he was giving props to Ben Victor, he was just like really. He sounded like he still was in love with Baltimore when he was. I think the trade was already. I think it was probably being talked about at this time frame. I don't know exactly where they were at with it, but I felt like they were close because he wasn't saying, "Hey, because I think somebody did put on there, "Hey, man, you're gonna be a Raven for life or what?" And he didn't even respond. He just kind of looked at the next comment, kept rolling. Let's see here. Keep going. Antonio Darby, man, what's good? And make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe, and smack that bell. Darby, we related because I know I got some Darbies. I just want to make sure you ain't somebody's son running around here. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yo, chill out.
All right. So he says, report says,
Yo, chill, son.
So Chuck wants out after the Hollywood Brown situation. We need to start reading the signs if they want to go. Of course, they are very clear. If they wanted to go, they all they got to do is go talk to the general manager, and he will find a way for them to get out because he's like, "Oh, did you say picks? I'm with it." Yo. Travis says, Jesse, we weren't behind. Weren't we behind before the dropsies though? Hollywood had a chance to make it right, but missed from what I remember. Yeah, it was a couple of touchdowns. He missed that on.
Which game did we talk about?
We talking about the Lions game.
No, we was winning.
They were coming back.
We were winning the game.
We were winning. It just we could have extended that lead if Hollywood hadn't dropped a few. Yeah, I think we still ended up getting a touchdown on that drive.
He was getting. And the funny thing was, he was getting hot too. That was crazy because he was getting
open, man. He was doing them corners nasty.
Bro, he had like didn't he have like 4 catches straight in that game before he started dropping them?
Yep.
And he was like big catches, and then all of a sudden
I ain't seen that much separation all season from him. I was just like, wow.
I was like Hollywood allowed today, and then first one he dropped because he took off, and another one hit him right in the face mask.
He just got a little happy. He got a little happy.
Another one right over the top. I mean, I was like, man, it had to be. It just sometimes you gotta wipe it off. He said no. The hammy bitch.
Sammy. Nah, it was a combination.
Now, Reg, I didn't know you was rhyming too, son.
Album. So Justin says, yeah, twice.
So my next album, here's some bars. Yeah, you know daggone well ain't the reason why the hammy been Sammy.
Sammy just disappears, man. And he's done this in the past as well. I mean, he disappeared when it came to Tyrod Taylor and then tried to blame Tyrod. He disappeared with Goff. He's disappeared with Mahomes a few times, and then he shows up in the playoffs. So it's times where it's either injury or him just actually disappearing. So with Sammy, you're like, you get what you can get, you know. And
what Jesse say about Hollywood?
He's saying, yeah, twice. I believe I like Hollywood, but he does get in his head a lot.
I mean, he only had 6 drops. That's the thing. Everybody keeps saying he led the lead in drops.
And somebody was pulling up 2 years and trying to combine them together.
He was the leader in drops. Where y'all get this from? Like,
right, so last year and this year combined, I think he was ranked like 13th in the league in drops or something like that. And then this year he had the 6, and 3 of those were during the Lions game. So, but I mean, all they see is that, and they want to make an entire narrative out of it.
Debo Samuel had more drops than he did.
Yeah. And the thing is, the more targets you get, the more you're going to get drops. And this guy had 146 targets.
That happened. He had a bad game. He had 2 bad games.
It's not even 10%. Yeah. I said he had 146 targets. You know, if you get 146 targets and you only get 6 drops, I think that's pretty darn good.
Go ahead.
Let's do the math on this there. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you good. You ain't got to defend him. He gone.
Yeah, you're right.
He gone. He gone, Cleveland.
Yeah, you know, that's 4%, man.
He gone.
Anyway, so Antonio says, wait a minute, let me go back up. I think we got a new person in the room. Elix, what's going on?
What up, bro?
You've been here before. So for a free agent wide receiver to come to Baltimore, we might need to fire Coach Harbaugh. I'm not advocating it for you. Yeah, get him.
You're not firing the boss.
Yeah,
not firing. He's one of the best coaches in the NFL, bro. That just ain't gonna happen. I don't know, y'all. I can see. I wonder if some of y'all even have a relationship. Y'all be hitting out. Well, she ain't cooking. I gotta go.
Mm-hmm. Look, they hanging out with Dr. Evil. They got the little laser sharp.
This way.
Yeah,
Nah,
they got the laser sharks ready to hit the button. We
yo.
be ready to eject somebody, man. Fire everybody.
Chill out, Eli. Chill out. Dude, we got fired, Coach Hobbs. It ain't happening, bro. He gonna retire on his own terms.
Antonio said we could do better than Hollywood. I'm sorry.
It's all good. I mean, I think everybody can do in some form of fashion.
Justice says we could be something amazing. Could be something Ryan Shazer. Yes, okay. Something Ryan Shazer, which nobody wants to see. I'm trying to. He went from wide receiver.
Shazer had the back. He had to remember. He had the spinal.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad.
Oh, you talking about how bad it could be?
Yeah, it could. But that, what's different about that, Trav, is the fact that he got hurt hitting somebody. He dropped his head.
Yeah,
that's
that was just bad technique.
Out of tackles, bro.
When he walked that stage at the NFL draft, I was kind of like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe this! They got this man walking out here like this."
Yeah, I'm happy that he's back lifting. He's back walking normally, but he better off coaching, man. You don't want to take that chance. You don't never want to take that chance.
Yeah, so I think Antonio was right on that one. Like it was either Hollywood or Greg Roman. Because
but he said it's a system, so you answered your own question, Antonio. He would have been there. Hold up, Antonio. Didn't you just say we can do better than Hollywood? Now you saying he would have stayed. Which one is it? You don't want him, or you do want him?
I'll be honest. I'd still want Hollywood back. I mean, attitude and everything. I like Hollywood. He was that burner, and I know y'all don't care about my Madden life, but look. I had something there, man. I had something there.
No, we don't care nothing about your man. I don't think. But I think we're gonna have to. We do need that speed on the outside. I don't think that's not Duvernay's lane as far as being an outside receiver. He's a slot. He's definitely a slot receiver. I'm sure he can go on the outside, but he unless his route running got even better, which I'm probably sure it has. I just don't see him as that type of receiver. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you good. Said I stand corrected. Jesse and Crew Tucker field goal just killed my memory, I guess. Oh yeah, we were all excited about that.
Yeah. Reg's laughing because he was rapping.
Sammy, just like Chris Angel, everybody claps when he disappears. Next trick should be pulling a new hammy out of that.
And watch he go. Watch he have his best year
in Green Bay.
With Green Bay.
Just a little force fade. You know how? I mean, I guess like when it came to Aaron, like when it came to red zone, he was all about that Jones.
Yeah. And
Sammy could be that Jones for him. Let's see. I said definitely think if G-Ro wasn't here, Hollywood would be here. It's an accurate statement. I guess it's
it's a system.
Yeah. So D-Hop, didn't D-Hop, the new PED suspension king, have the most drops 2 or 3 years ago, but he's got the most targets. When you're getting all them targets, man, eventually something's going to fall off. And they want to keep going back to you because you obviously are producing. That's the thing.
Yeah,
like I said, with Hollywood, he was producing. They kept going back to him because they had that trust in him. Lamar and him had that gas station chemistry. It was great with those two. So I say,
what did he say? That's sarcasm, y'all. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Is it right here?
Yeah,
he said, didn't D-Hop, the new PED suspension king, have the most drops?
No. He's saying, but he got another. After Delicious is laughing, he's saying that's sarcasm, y'all.
Oh,
nobody took it serious, brother. Or we laugh. I'm trying, Trav. Don't kill your joke by telling us it was a joke.
They were like, it was so funny because he said PED suspension king. All right, so let's see.
Ross, what happened? Injuries. Yeah, his injuries are scary, bro. That's the thing, man.
Wait, now hold up. Where'd you get this Jets fan from? You invite this guy in the room?
I don't know.
I'm kidding. Let's see.
I might know him. Hold up. I might be my boy.
Yes, Barry. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Let's go, Jets. Mike Ransom.
Joke is in here. I think I'm going to take a sent to the link.
Lord.
Mike, get out of here, sucker.
I tell you what, the Jets had a phenomenal draft. I was
like, get out of here, sucker.
them boys with Mormon Mahomes, that dude came to camp like fully jacked up. Like he been hitting the gym the entire offseason.
Oh,
Mahomes, or not Mahomes, Mormon Mahomes. I'm talking about Zach Wilson.
I didn't see him.
Oh, dude, he is ripped, man.
Yeah.
And so, of course, with the draft, I think the things are looking up for the Jets. I mean, for them to have the picks that they had and then still go after, I think they still got a top tier running back out of that whole deal too.
You damn about no Jets. Yeah. Get him out of here, Mike.
All right, here we go.
I'll see you next week, sucker.
He said, honestly, I don't care what the Ravens do. I just want to go win a ring. Absolutely. And I think when it comes down to it,
you don't start rapping no more. We good.
Yeah, Delicious says the Jets draft was definitely an A+. It was an A+, and I think that team is turning around. He said it's skin. Don't be hating.
Because Mike is like family, bro.
Yeah,
two light-skinned people can't be in the same room.
Oh yeah,
light-skinned like I am, so he always got jokes.
Yeah, I think that's why we fit well together. You know what I'm saying? You got Team LeBron, and then you got Chef Curry over here. We got had the light skin, dark skin.
And Steph is still in the playoff. About to get that next ring.
Look, man, I did my thing too. You know what I'm saying? Team LeBron does a thing. You know what I'm saying? We fighting hairlines over here. You know, we doing big, baby.
Yeah, don't be salute like Stephen A. Don't get that far. You got to let it go, bro.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'll let it go. You know what I'm saying? If we get back to right here with Steven, then I'll go ahead and let that go.
Stephen A is all back here. I'm like,
that man got a 5 head if I ain't ever seen one.
It's like a half a convertible. Like you don't want to put the whole top down.
The whole top back, just sitting. Y'all see me on the show like that. Anyway, Travis says, I love D-Hop, but for a star in the NFL to get a suspension like his doesn't mean carry some magnitude. That is what it meant with the sarcasm, what he meant with the sarcasm. So,
we good. Why are you explaining yourself, Travis? You explain your joke.
I'm going to tell you the same thing I told everybody on Lunch Bay Hot Take. This guy is 29 years old. This is his 10th season in the NFL. Sometimes, you know, when you recognize that you were closer to the end, you want to do whatever you can to hang on. I think, honestly, he took a chance and he got caught. Because
he said he'd been taking the same thing for the past 10 years.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to go with his word. He could be lying.
I'm thinking, you know, because even Haley Nada was performing at a high level. And then he had an injury, fell off, trying to come back.
Trying to take something.
PEDs, and then he got caught.
This is the funny thing, though. You know what's the funny thing? And this is probably the only thing I ever really agree with that Stephen A. said since we're talking about it. Because this goes back to when I think Adrian Peterson got injured, and then they were saying like they had to suspend him at the following year after he had the 2000 season. They were saying that I think he had hurt his like tricep or something. He took something that had a little bit of HGH in it, and they were like, "Oh, you can't take that because it helps your focus."
Adderall. You got the Adderall would be helping to focus,
right? But HGH, your body produces it until you're like 18, and then it stops, right? Okay. That's why younger people can heal quicker, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Right. So as you get older, and it does help your focus to a degree, but I think that this is, and I agree with Stephen A. when he said this, that football players, because of the injuries, and plus you do want the top players out there. If there are some certain injuries, not taking steroids, because HGH is not a steroid. Mm-hmm. You should be able to take something that is going to help your focus and help your body recover from the injuries, because this is such a gladiator sport with all the injuries. Like it's not going to help you play faster. It's not going to help you. It's not going to help any. Timer went off. Now you back, Brooke? You've been going all this time. Now
you've just been out there cooking and something, eating chips or something, and then all of a sudden come back in. Time.
It's not going to help you play better. It's not like if you play baseball and you took some HGH or something, you know, in the Adderall, that's cheating, because now it's helping you focus more on the ball. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is not going to help you focus more on catching a football when it's that big. Nothing's going to help you catching better on the football than you catching the football. That's it.
I think was it Richard Sherman when he was taking that Adderall? I think it might have gave him a little bit of advantage. I think it really helps your awareness a bit.
It ain't make it faster.
Yeah, but at the same time, it helps that awareness skills, man. Sometimes you just don't think about it. Like with my son, I can see the difference when he's on his stuff,
right,
and when he's not.
But
that focus is locked in. He's laser focused when he's got that stuff. Imagine a grown man with all that speed, all that talent, giving an extra edge when it comes to sharpness of his mind.
Okay, but you saying the Adderall.
Yeah,
I'm saying the HGH.
Yeah,
like I understand, but it does, because the HGH does have something to help your focus in there. It does have a little bit in there.
Yeah.
Even the pre-workouts have something to help your focus. Not Adderall, but have something in there to help your focus. Might be the beta-alanine or whatever it is, but it helps your focus. It's not going to put you to the level. I'm not saying take a drug. That's a drug. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about as far as a supplement. You should be able to take that. That supplement to help you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To recover, to get back on the field, because you're gonna be late. You're gonna be locked in anyway. Because all these jokers is taking pre-workout. You can't tell. It's not one joker walking out there without a pre-workout before they getting on their field. I don't believe. I don't believe that they got. So it does have something to. It does have something to help you focus. But I'm talking about as far as your healing factor, healing your body. Like because we're talking about injuries, and they have so many certain things that you cannot take. Like, oh, we got this, and you can't take this, and then the list changes like every other year, something like that. So now all of a sudden, he from something back, they found it last year. That's what's crazy. It was from last year, and they're talking about it this year. So last year when he got injured, he took it to get back on the field, whatever it was. Now they're saying he's suspended for this year. Why? When the hell? What took y'all so long to find out it was going on? Why you had to suspend him at the end of the last year? That's the thing that's bugging me out. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
Yeah, I think I was a little late on that. So anyway, Antonio saying, do the Ravens, or do you think the Ravens will trust Gus Edwards if we get to the playoffs because they love to run from him?
We ran from him this year.
I think he was talking about like when it comes to the playoffs. I agree. Like both years, Gus was there, and they just completely got away from what he was doing. Even though both years, when we faced the Titans and when we faced
Buffalo,
the Chargers and the Titans, they got away from Gus. They didn't trust Gus in the playoffs.
Well, I'm not going to say the Charger game because he was a rookie that year.
Yeah.
So, and it didn't matter anyway. The scheme was all messed up. They didn't want to even let Lamar throw the ball, so they were bringing the house. But the Buffalo game, Gus was running the ball more than J.K. was. The Tennessee game, J.K. just got hot, and they just rolled him. They rolled the hot hand for most of the time, but Gus was still in there. But J.K. was the one that got the touchdowns. Well, the touchdown, excuse me. But if you go back and look at that Buffalo game, who said that? Antonio? That drive that we were trying to get that we were about to score, Gus was in there the whole time. And even in the beginning of the game, he started it off running in between the tackles because they couldn't stop him. That was what was pissing me off. If any game we should have just been running the ball, that was the game that we should have just been running the ball. It should have been hammer time all day.
Yeah,
in that Buffalo game. I don't know why. Because it was
those crazy wins. They should have definitely stuck to the ground.
They could not stop us from running the ball. That's the thing. Why? Don't get cute now.
Yeah.
Like
don't need to run it all down.
The whole thing was they're not going to let Lamar run the ball. Fine. Because in between the tackles, they couldn't stop Gus. He was getting like 10 yards a clip.
Mike made it funny. He said, we're HDH.
It's not HDH, HGH. Excuse me. If I say HD, I'm sorry. I'm happy. HGH, not HD.
Travis said you get it on the dark web.
We'll get it on the dark web.
Hold up, Antonio. No, hold up.
Deer antler is something. It's helped your body recover. It has HGH in it, but it helps your body recover. He didn't do nothing to focus you. He did do the deer antler though, but the deer antler you sell. You can get it on Amazon. Just look it up, deer antler.
Well, did you ever see what was it? I want to say it was Rich Eisen when he was about to run his 40, and he had some spray that had deer antlers tied or attached to the joint. He sprayed it all on his own arms. And
No, I didn't see.
you gotta go back and watch that. It was hilarious. He just like sprayed it all over him.
I didn't see that. Rich is crazy.
It was wild. He still ran like a 6-second 40.
Rich is a wild dude. Funny cat.
Oh god! So Brooke saying Hollywood spiked D Hop's drinks so he can get that starting job. That's it. Travis says the reason it took so long for D Hop is because he's a star. It's not fair to the other to the players.
We don't know, bro. I don't care. This is the Raven channel.
Yeah.
D Hop.
All right. So Mike saying I should let him do it.
What's Mike?
Best product, so be it.
What happened? What you say?
He's saying let him do the drugs. Apparently, whoever gets the best product, so be it.
I should have never invited this dude on the channel.
All right, he hit, man. Look,
I love Mike. That's my brother.
This is the substitute for Wilbert.
Yeah,
this is the substitute for Wilbert. So if Chuck Clark leaves, who will get the green dot?
If he leaves, it's gonna go to this year. I think it's gonna go to Josh Bynes. I think this year would be.
Yeah, he's smart. Huh?
We are running a new system.
Yeah,
not new as far as like the seven. We're still gonna be a base 3-4 team, but and go to a hybrid scheme where we were like 4-3 or 4-2. But
yeah,
I think you gotta give it to the elder in the room pretty much because he's the one that's teaching the young boy how to study. So.
All right, so the last thing before we go, I wanted to go over that last corner. This one was
I'm gonna keep it to the Ravens. All right, I appreciate you. Appreciate you talking about no damn D Hop. Like if you come up in here and talk about the Jets again, wait till I come down to Neptune.
All right, so this is the last undrafted free agent that we picked up. Denzel Williams, 5'10", 185. This dude runs a 4.47 40. Excels in man coverage, but he shines really at nickel. And then he's a 3-time all-conference player, 3-sport star. So he was playing everything from basketball to football to baseball. Athletic NFL speed, and he's a Long Island champion, undefeated. I think I went over this last episode, but I'm looking forward to seeing the competition for the slot between Denzel and between Demarion. If we can get one of those two to step up to actually take over full time in that slot, it'd be great. Plus, we also have those ones that are still sitting there with your Robert Jackson, with the who's the other guy who was like super fast?
Seymour.
Yeah, Kevon Seymour. I think with those two, there's a reason the Ravens kept them on the roster. And I mean, yeah, they got completely lit up against Cincinnati, but maybe they see something. Maybe they see that was a learning opportunity there for those guys, and they're going to let them come in and compete, and maybe they can learn from those mistakes. Because, I mean, when we look at one of the guys on our roster right now who learned he had a huge mistake at the beginning of his career against the Minnesota Vikings, and that was Marcus Williams. So he had that mistake. Everybody was holding over his head like crazy. And then the guy comes out to be one of the most explosive ball hawks in the league after that. He just really went back to his craft, back on it, went on the grind.
Hold on. You talk about jokers as undrafted. He was a second round pick.
Yeah, but I'm saying like you learn from your mistakes.
Before that, he was having a good rookie season. Other than that play, but that was on Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, it was like Stephon a whole nother world. But it's just like you can like they gonna try to hold these one things over your head.
Right.
And I think Robert Jackson and I think Kevon Seymour. They're going to have this opportunity to come into camp. Maybe they recover from this. Maybe they come back and they show something. They show up big, and maybe we're just thinking like, all right, that they're more than that one play. And that's one thing I always like to think about when it comes to my troops, when it comes to players. That's one page in the book, one chapter probably in the book, but it ain't the whole book. You know what I'm saying? So we got to look at these guys like maybe there's another opportunity for them.
Who's the guy that you were just talking about? What school do you go to?
I did not get to school on that one.
He's undrafted?
Denzel.
I thought we only picked up a safety in the undrafted free agency, but maybe I could be wrong. I know we picked up a safety, old boy from Georgia State. I think he went to Auburn and he transferred there. I don't know what school he went. I think he went to Auburn and transferred.
Denzel came out of Villanova.
Villanova?
Villanova? Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why I said Villanova. Yeah, Villanova. So
Look, before we started, as I was driving home, I was watching one of the other podcasts. They were talking about how many tight ends are going to make the team, and they said, first it was like Nick Boyle may be there, may not be there, and then they were like, well, such and such may get cut. You're not cutting no fourth round. Let's keep it 100 right now. Everybody that's been drafted from round 1 to 4 will not get cut unless they have the worst camp ever. Maybe they might get traded, but you are not cutting the fourth round because everybody that's been drafted has to contribute.
Yeah,
it will be contributed in some form or fashion. I promise.
And just look at all these daggone guys they got, man. They got Tony Polian, they got Josh Oliver, they got Nick Boyle, Isaiah Likely, Charlie Kohler, and Mandrews. Did I miss anybody? I thought for sure they even had a couple other guys that they brought into camp too that were signed like right after the season ended.
What up, KT? I don't know. We have Ben Mason. I don't include Ben Mason or Patrick Ricard as tight ends. Ben Mason is a fullback / tight end, but he's the backup. He's that's security. He'll be on the practice squad, but that's security if something happens to Ricard. That's
so
what's happening right now.
If they keep, let's say, Boyle, Kohler,
they already said they keep it 4.
Oliver, and Mandrews. Who's the odd man out? Oliver? But you just said Oliver got potential. Like I think you said
that's why it was funny to me that they picked him up. That's the only reason I said I wouldn't be surprised if they keep 5 because only reason I said I wouldn't be surprised if they keep 5 because Isaiah Likely has the diversity to be an extra receiver, to be that 6th receiver. You keep 5 receivers and you keep 5 tight ends. You're gonna keep 4 unless you get rid of Justice Hill. You keep it 4 running backs.
Okay.
And most likely we're gonna do that because everybody's coming back from injury at a different time. So we had 4 on the roster last year. Tyson, who was there before we let him go? What's my man name? Bell,
Murray,
and Freeman. So we had 4 on, and then they let Bell go. So it's going to get to the point somebody's going to be there. I don't think we're going to do 6, Sean. That's we do 6. We crack is really out. Ain't even smoking weed no more.
Yeah.
Just crack all over the flare.
Is this dude?
Crack epidemic is back. Pat Ricard is a fullback. Yes, he is not. I'm not including Pat Ricard or Ben Mason in any of this.
Nah, I don't think so either.
No.
I think we will be having one fullback when this is all done.
We have one fullback on the roster.
And it's only going to be
that we definitely agree. I know we're gonna have 4. We definitely keeping 4 because that was one of the questions that was asked in the presser. After day 3 when they got up there, and the first thing they asked, one of the things they asked Harbaugh, and Harbaugh was like, "Yeah, we are keeping 4." So
let's see.
I don't see Nick Boyle going anywhere. Now next year he may be going, but this year no.
All right, so C. Blooms is saying MZ Williams and Polk is 6'3", 6'5", 6'5", slot back shoulder, 50-50 balls. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Like these guys are all the jump ball experts, and maybe that's something they want to try and focus on in camp and see who's going to be that one that's going to be that jump ball expert out there. But personally, my opinion, I mean, I think you got to put in the mix the guy who's been getting praise from some of his own teammates, and that's Benjamin Victor when it comes to that jump ball. And so, let him go to camp and compete against these guys as well, and see who's going to come out on top. But Bateman can jump ball as well. I mean, we've seen that even in the Miami game. We saw what he can do. We saw what he did against Cleveland when he almost scored that touchdown. That was the jump ball. That was like pretty much, hey, big boy ball, let you know, hey, I am big boy. That's that little boy. Let me dunk it on you. Let's see. Shane saying G-Ro is not letting any tight ends go.
He ain't stopping.
I'm pretty sure that he ain't got the final.
He ain't got no choice.
They just gonna tell him just like Smokey Mama, make it enough. Let's see here. The power. This is the power gun. What are they saying there? There's a lot of comments coming in now. I'm thinking 5 to 6 tight end formations. Just like,
keeping 06, Trav. Come on, y'all. The most is going to do 5. The most is going to do 5. 3 starters.
Yeah, you saying like he's considered a wide receiver. I mean, right now, yeah, like we're not going to be bringing him in for his I guess blocking ability. It's not as great as his wide receiver ability.
Right.
But I mean, if he's trying to try out a wide receiver, it's going to be a long line because obviously you see what we brought in.
Likely is there to take up the slack and do what Miles Boykin couldn't do. He could be the 6th receiver on the team. That's fine. We still have a slot for one more receiver. Whether it's going to be undrafted or it's going to be somebody coming in, which most likely is going to be undrafted at this particular time. Especially after that interview with Hollywood and how he said he wanted to leave because of the scheme. Mm-hmm. That's one. That's just my prediction. If you say that, everybody here, we're not keeping more than 4, maybe 5. I think 5. But if you go in, we already know we keeping 4 because Harb said we keeping 4. So he said we already got plans for 4. They asked him, "Are you going to keep 4 tight ends?" He said, "Yes, we're keeping 4 tight ends." So if the head man in charge said, you got to know the head man in charge said we keeping 4. Okay.
Yeah, I think we keeping 4. I think at least 4. I think one of those is going to be.
We go back to 2019 with 4 on the roster.
Yeah, I think we're going back to 4 on the roster with definitely at least 1 or 2 of those on the practice squad. Let's see.
Extra spot for a QB from a QB.
All right, extra spot for the QB. Okay, yeah, I could see that. I mean, but that depends because Anthony Brown.
What's the name on the practice squad?
Yeah, because I mean, is Anthony Brown going to be on the practice squad, or is Anthony Brown actually going to make the roster?
He can be. They can just protect him on the practice squad. We don't need him.
Yeah. And it's like, remember, you were last year. You said to yourself that the backup quarterback, Huntley, Snoop, could go for you actually said a 2nd-round pick at one point in time.
I did. I believed that at the time after that Green Bay game. I don't believe it no more.
His eyes have been open.
I was like, if they're going to trade it, they better do it now. Come on, 6.
It's hot.
Yes. They didn't do it. They didn't
starting in Seattle right now. Like, is that Geno?
He couldn't.
Yeah, he could go in there and compete with Geno and take that job.
I wouldn't if I trade all right, if I'm EDC and I'm like, yo, we can trade him. They put a 2nd-round tender on him.
Yeah.
So you got to give us a 2nd-round pick.
Yeah, but I'd say, hey, Seattle,
he would.
Let me get a 3rd because we ain't getting no comp picks next year. We're not getting very many because we didn't meet the comp pick formula.
Right.
I think if Seattle said, yo, we will give you a 3rd for Tyler Huntley, I think that they should put a trigger on him.
But we're gonna have to bring in a veteran quarterback. I don't think my man from Oregon is ready.
You don't think he's ready? He was doing some of the same stuff that we do here.
Yeah, but he was inconsistent with the ball throwing. Like he's like Tyler Huntley. He just got to develop. Like Tyler's rookie year, he had to develop. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's just hope we ain't got to look for him to.
That's what I was about to say. I hope we don't got to go through that no more.
Yeah, he's saying Snoop would be nice. He was just starting. He did good.
Yeah,
third for Huntley. Pull the trigger. Yes, sir.
See that 3rd, you got to pull the trigger. KT, like, nah, I'll keep that good
insurance policy. Yeah.
Hey, I ain't mad at you though, but if that 3rd round come around, you got to take what you can take, bro.
Yeah. You think they ain't gonna do it, man? Or I guess we calling him Percy. Or we calling him C Blooms. I don't know. Let's call Percy. Hey, Percy, you doing this, man?
Hey, I'm gonna go play. What's it?
It's his mama call him. I'm gonna call him.
He ain't no Muhammad Ali.
Your mama called Cash. I'm calling
Clay. I'm gonna call Clay. I'm in Clay. I'm calling Clay.
Lord. All right, Bill Seal says Huntley's value in Baltimore is tough to replace, proving the role.
Facts. It is. But hey, man, if they offer a second or a third, it's something to think about. It ain't gonna be like it's not gonna be, you know.
So yeah, we ain't got no comp picks, man. That's why they tend to Justin Houston lowballed him for a comp pick. So they just try to find a way to get a pick out of that, and that's cool. I don't mind it because I mean, look, overall, like we get a veteran guy who can train some of these other guys up, or we get a comp out of situation. So
he on the team.
Yeah, it's
you gonna have to bring him in anyway.
Yeah, it's business.
That's all that's saying. And and knowing how Steve is and how ADC is, they probably gonna hit him off with another bonus just for him to come in.
Yeah.
So go ahead. I'm sorry, bro.
No, you good. I think I skipped over somebody just a second ago. Said Huntley's value. Okay, we got that one. Antonio saying we have no comp pick for next year. That's why we tended to we got that one already. And say you do not know me, bro.
You upset? You just joking, B.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we mean that, man. Don't come to that. Is that you? Is that you to talk?
We don't know you. We don't need to know you like that for you to be upset.
We were just trying to figure out what
you got 2 names up here.
Yeah.
You know, if we need to call you Percy. If you never seen the movie Coming to America, that's why I was saying Mama named him Clay, we gonna call him Clay. Yeah. You gotta
you refer to
next. Hey, what KT talking about, man?
Sorry we offended you. We ain't offend you, bro.
I ain't mean to offend nobody. It's not even that type of party, bro. We all love it. It's all love.
Yeah. Trade a corner for a wide receiver on my wish list.
Who you trading for?
I think I heard some mess about
trade
heaters or something like that for Debo, and I was like,
"What happened?"
I saw something on Twitter or something. Somebody said trade Debo.
Cut this out, man. We need all. We got it's a lot of firepower in the AFC North.
Yeah,
people they talking so much about the AFC West. There's a lot of good receivers in the AFC North on all 3 teams. I'm not talking about the Ravens. I'm talking about Cleveland, obviously, Chicago, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and of course Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'm over here drinking my drink. I'm like 3 teams.
No, I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about them. We need to be able to defend those 3. We can't. Plus, Peters is a Raven. He's a Raven.
Oh, okay. We figured out what was going on there. So somebody within the chat said he was lying. Okay, wasn't it us? I was like, okay.
Chill, son. It's all love here. Stop. Don't get upset. They probably just joking with you, B.
Yeah. So no trade for either cornerback or wide receiver. So he's telling us to trade for a cornerback or wide receiver. Nah, we good, bro. We good.
KT.
So I gave the NFL all my stuff. I was All-American, first Vic and Russell. All the QB holler at me. We got a celebrity in the room?
We can't see your picture.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So I guess he's maybe we should have him on the show later on or something like that. You know?
Talk to me, bro. We good, fan, Raven.
All right, so I can see a trade for wide receiver, just the way the Ravens way with veteran wide receivers.
That's the only way we're gonna get a receiver in. We're not gonna get one through free agency.
That is not a fair trade. I don't know, man. That's not a fair trade. It's just like that's like walking up to, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, I got a bag of chips.
Stage outside.
Said, I know you got filet mignon right here. But we're going to make this deal. You know what I'm saying? This bag of chips, it's Lay's. It's the ruffled ones.
He ain't got no nuts?
It's ruffles, man.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell no.
But I need that filet mignon, right?
He ain't got no nuts.
You so trying to make this trade, right?
You got the hot nuts? No.
I came with the flaming hot Cheetos, and I need you to go ahead and give me that. All right, so let's see. Okay, you're saying for a first for DK and a third. Okay. Huntley and a first for DK and a third.
Let it go. We ain't going to get DK.
So you know how Eric DeCosta is about his first round picks, man. It's got to be, he going to really need to come up off that. I don't think he's going to come up off that.
It's You asking to see Jesus already? It ain't gonna happen. I got too many things to do.
We got Campbell for a fifth. Yes, I mean people were foolish enough to go for those 5th round picks back in the day. I think they caught on. They probably saw it across the fence. Like, did he just get for another? How many of the 5th round picks he got? He getting all this daggone good stuff for these 5ths, and now people are like, yeah, we ain't trading for no 5ths no more, man. We saw what you did with them 5ths.
Yeah,
you getting ballers. Got Marcus Peters over here. All right, so Percy says, watch the power blocking and inside and outside zone blocking. Linderbaum is the truth. Yes, sir. Cannot wait to see Linderbaum.
I'm hoping he does well. He gonna do well. I know he is.
I told you I was sitting here all for the
I
draft.
just want to put some weight on B because
All for the draft.
I'm only reason I need him to get to about 315 because I saw when the big boys is coming. Like he's been pushed back. He's holding his own, but he's getting pushed back with the big boys. Like Joker's
He not holding the pocket?
He's holding the pocket on his own, but he's not holding the pocket. You feel me? Because he ain't got that weight on him.
Yeah.
If he get to 315, he can hold it a little bit. You know, he had 285, 290. You got to get to that 315. Yeah. Give him like 5 more cheeseburgers, side of fries with some barbecue sauce. He's gonna be all right.
So one thing I was kind of frustrated about was, we were talking about draft picks. I didn't hit Duck's name because Duck recommitted back to college. Storm Duck or Duck Storm. He recommitted back to North Carolina.
He can't go back to college. He committed back?
Yeah, he did it in December. I missed the article.
How you do that? No, Storm Duck did that. He was in the Western League. Was he in the East-West Strong game?
I don't know. I don't think I saw him. Yeah, I'm looking at
North Carolina in the East-West Strong game. He couldn't have did that.
Let me see.
He's saying we're going to trade. We need to trade for who? I mean, pick up Landry or Jones. It ain't, bro. Nobody coming here, KT.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, bro, we're going to have to go on your show again. Yo, if y'all not with KT, yo, follow his show, bro. He got all types of stars coming up on here. He had a live earlier today. What's my man that was on there today? I forgot his name. But, yo, we're not going to get – I don't think – I'll be honest with you. I'm going to keep it – like I said, I'm going to keep it a buck. I think Hollywood messed it all up for all the free agent receivers, bro. They like, nah, B, we ain't coming here.
Yeah, I got Storm Duck going back to UNC in 2022. This article came out December 13th. I don't know how I missed that.
Okay, so maybe it was somebody else from University of North Carolina.
Well, he gonna be one of the top corners coming out. Watch.
I believe you, but it ain't gonna happen, bro.
Let's see.
He messed it all up, bro. I don't think we're gonna get any free agent receiver. We might as well just focus on trying to trade for one. Maybe I know everybody don't like him, but maybe if we trade for old boy from Philly, maybe he might show up here. Was it Rhaegar? Is that the receiver that hasn't done good there? That was from TCU?
Oh yeah, Jalen Rhaegar. Yeah,
maybe he might show up here.
I mean, like Philly hates everybody. If you ain't loved in Philly, you are absolutely 100% hated. They hated McNabb when he got drafted. Yeah, so I think Rhaegar does have some talent, and if they were able to get him to the right place,
he's not horrible. He does have some talent. I think he was catching everything under the sun in TCU, and they didn't have no quarterback.
Oops. Trying to get to this one here. Said Hamilton gonna shake up the world at safety. Yes, sir. I knew you like that comment.
Oh yeah. I'm with it. That's what I was thinking for us.
Mm-hmm. And then of course, I love this comment right here. Linderbaum was definitely the right pick. Got to protect the QB. You know how I feel. I was just like, let's go.
Hey, Delicious, stop pumping his head up, bro. He got the pick right, all right?
We got the pick right. Got the pick right. We gave Hollywood the boot and used that pick to bring in the next Marshall Yonder. Mm-hmm. Love it.
Yep.
Thank you. We good at receiver. Hollywood is not better. Well, I don't know about what we're saying here. Hollywood is not better than Wallace and Bateman. I think that the potential, the ceiling for Bateman is pretty high, and it's going to be higher than as far as full game than Hollywood's will be.
What about Tyler? You ain't gonna talk about Tyler? You gonna talk
Tyler? I still want to see. I still want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Ceiling wise, we don't know yet because honestly, we hadn't seen a. Have we seen a? We saw a catch, right? We saw one, right?
He should have about 3.
That was just a target. So I want to see more. I want to see. I got to see
He
something.
just need to get. If anybody need to get his opportunities out there,
Yeah,
Wallace right there.
Yeah, Wallace needs his opportunity, and that's why I think if they bring anybody in, Wallace just going to be basically benched again. This really hurts him because I think Prochet's still going to get his. Prochet going to get his, but whoever they bring in is going to be on that outside, and it's going to really mess things up for Wallace.
What's good about this? The only thing that is really good about this is that now Lamar really ain't got no favorites. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, he's building a relationship with Bateman.
Yeah, they ain't been to the gas station yet. We waiting on that. So they gotta go. They gotta go to the gas station. They gotta take pictures and all the drip. You know what I mean? They gotta be over here just doing it up, hitting the truss all over the screen. You know what I'm saying? Looking at the screen, they over here taking pictures like this here, like.
He's built a relationship. He's been building a relationship with Bateman.
Yeah.
And Prochet. I just need during this off season, bro. But I need to hear. Even it wasn't in one time. Even last year, Duvernay was it J.K. Dobbins that was out there with him, right? J.K.
Yeah.
I need this season. All them jokers got to take the initiative and be like, yo, when we all gonna get together and get this smoking. We need to get this working all together, and that way everybody on the same page.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I wouldn't mind seeing a couple of offensive linemen to head over to Cali and hang out with Lamar.
I don't care what I want them all. Everybody need even all.
Go give me a center just to go hang out. Like who wanted more? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't care if it is Linderbaum or if it's TCC or Makari or whatever. Give me somebody out there who that's hungry enough to go work with Lamar in the offseason and get that chemistry there. Because as soon as they started snapping that ball to him and started to see, hey, this is natural now between us. We got that chemistry, whether it's be under center, whether it's hit shotgun or whatever. It's only gonna make them better. And if they want to put in that work during the offseason, that means a lot. Let's see here. Oh,
choice, bro. We KT going in. Go back.
What he said?
Go up.
No, C Blooms. No, we aren't. We are trying win a Super Bowl, not babysit wide receivers.
I understand what you're saying. Like because we got no babies that we got all young receivers. We need a veteran. We do need a veteran. But I'm trying to tell you, Kay, he messed it up, yo. If anything Hollywood did wrong, would say, yo, I don't. He had to be honest though, because they gonna ask why he want to get traded.
Yeah. And the thing is when it comes to wide receivers, it is the easiest position to develop faster than the other spots out there. Like you got young bucks, if they coming in, like, well, let's say you get drafted, more likely you can come out there and be that day one starter and produce immediately. If you're given opportunities as wide receivers, for you to come in and produce, it's going to show a lot faster as far as your impact because it's something that you got to pick up and you picked it up. You've been doing this your entire time. It's just a different quarterback and there's a pro style corner in front of you. Now, of course, you get ushered over to the sideline because you don't know how to get off the jam. Then there's an issue. But
you know what I'm saying? You over to the sideline.
Yeah, you're just like, hey, look, them seats is over here, man. We'll go ahead and get you that fifth row. You know, I saw some blocking along those lines. I can't remember who it was from, but this dude got ushered to the sideline, like dang near fifth row. It was on a run, but it was like it was a wide receiver ushering a corner to the side like that. I was like, wow, that was some good blocking.
We not gonna sign a veteran, bro.
Yeah,
he pressing on it. We not gonna sign a veteran, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Hollywood messed it up. No veteran would come in.
Yeah, I mean, his comments were almost, pretty darning. But, I mean, you got to think about it. When Snead left, he blasted on his way out the door. Dez blasted on his way out the door. Hollywood was liking the tweets as they blasted on the way out the door. And then he comes and blasts on his way out the door.
They're not getting the opportunity.
Yeah,
that's the problem. That's like,
and they hungry. I mean, don't get me wrong. They hungry, but at the same time, Mandrews is eating. You know what I'm saying? Mandrews is eating. He was eating that production that they wanted.
Man.
And I ain't mad at it. Give Mandrews that rock.
I've been eating for 4 years.
All right. So EDC mentioned that Bateman and Tylen were two of the top 10 receivers in the 2021 draft as outside wide receivers, according to some of the analytics.
They were.
And I think Tylen starts as wide receiver 2 with Prochet and Duvernay in the slot. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me.
Look, if the big boss is talking about he can't wait to see Tyler get to work,
Yeah.
what that tell you?
Right. And every time he gets on the podium, who name he mentioned?
Steve
James Prochet. Channel 3. Channel 3, baby. He said every time he was given the opportunity to show up, he showed up big for this team.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy's a fan of Prochet. I'm a fan of Prochet. Look, I'm gonna try to go get that shirt because I'm getting the shirt. I gotta. It's gonna be a pretty cool hoodie that's gonna come through, and it's gonna have a 3 on it. It's got like a picture of the little kid playing a video game wearing a 3 shirt or something along those lines.
Look, we're gonna have to suck it up, bro. I understand what KT's saying because he's still preaching it. He's preaching it hard. We ain't gonna promote nobody yet.
You want G-Roll fired. It's a team thing. That's what y'all gotta understand. It's a team thing. This ain't just like with Belichick. You know what I'm saying? It's a full-on, like all hands on deck and behind the scenes. He's not really caring about these titles. They just there to help each other win. If they got a scheme that may have worked when they went and talked, let's say they went and talked to Oregon, and Oregon had a scheme that worked or a coding system when it came to calling those particular plays, they just installed it. They didn't care. It wasn't a pride thing. And I think when it comes to the Ravens, yeah, sure, there's those titles there. But when it comes to that war room, when it comes to them all sitting down to talk together, we talking about the new coach that just got hired. We talking, T. We talking Keith. All of them are going to be sitting there developing this team in the best way that they can. And then, of course, in the end, y'all want to blame, y'all want to go ahead and bring out your pitchforks, come out the G-Roll, whatever. Like, do so. But I think it's going to be completely different than what we've seen the last couple of years.
Look, like I said, if we can marry the passing game we had last year to that 2019 running game, you can't stop that. You can't stop that.
Yeah, JK for the comeback player of the year. Absolutely. And then, of course, everybody was hurt last year. Even with everybody hurt, you saw different things from the offense.
Yeah.
You saw different schemes when Josh Johnson came out, like a full-on different scheme when Josh Johnson came out there. You saw quicker releases. I mean, I loved what I saw right there. And then, of course, with Tyler Huntley, his game was completely different than Lamar's, but that was scheme-based as well. They set up some things in there with the routes and with the way that he played that worked for him as well.
And they're
working.
That short game with Lamar, because that's going to beat that cover 0. And
then
have our backs back. And then we're going to have a better offensive line. So we're going to be good. Like, it's there. I understand everybody want a receiver, and it's not like I don't agree.
Yeah.
I do. I just don't think it's going to come from – I'm thinking logically about everything. The oldest receivers now in the room are Devin and James. Both of them have some experience at the receiver spot as far as like game time experience. And then you got Bate and you got Tyler, right? So you got those 4.
Mm-hmm.
Only 3 of them really got a lot of game time experience. I mean, well, Tyler was on the field a lot. He just didn't always get the pass thrown to him. But at this particular time, it's going to change. Anyway, long story short, I understand that we could have another one, and I do agree that we should get a vet, but we're not getting. I'm just thinking about what was said. If I'm, like I said before, if you're the one that just left, and I'm a free agent receiver, and I want to get paid for what I do, I'm not coming to Baltimore unless I know that I can get the ball.
I need to know my bag is secure as well. I mean, and right now the Ravens don't got the bag.
Exactly. Yeah. So for us to even get somebody, we got to overpay.
Yep.
And that's
we got to pay $25 million a year. You got it? Because I ain't got $25 million. I know EDC sitting here like I ain't got it.
No, even if you did a 1-year deal, like unless somebody's willing to,
they ain't got it for a 1-year deal. It's not there. It's not there in the bank. Especially if we just signed. If we just tendered Houston and nobody signs this dude, we sitting like at $1 million. So it does not help the cap situation if we got Houston there and we want to sign
after signing all the rookies and everything is only going to be like $1-2 million in there.
Yeah, and then it's just like, okay, let's just say let's say Debo does come to town. If Debo comes to town, and that is that he might have $1 million on this contract for this year. Sorry, for this year, $1 million for, let's say he gets the big deal. That next year is going to hurt like heck because we got to spread out the rest of that money for the rest of those contracts. So that's $25 million you got to spread for through how many years, plus the 25 he's probably going to get per year. So it just doesn't make sense to bring this guy in if it's going to hurt us even being able to sign Lamar next. Like I said, we can roll money. We can kick money down the road. It's possible. The Rams have shown that we can do it. But I guarantee you go look at the cap numbers for the Rams next year and the Saints next year, that they're going to be so far in the negative that it's going to be another hill to climb out of, and it's just going to be continuing to pile up. But the way that they do business.
You talking about New Orleans?
New Orleans and Los Angeles right now.
Yeah, but going back to us, I'm just looking down while he was talking. I know KT saying it's not going to cost that much to get. Well, we got Justin Houston back. Is just he's on the tender right now, KT. But
you want to pay Fuller? This dude might get you.
I don't know about Fuller. Maybe he might do a 1-year deal for $5 million. Maybe he might.
And he might be 3 games.
Yeah.
Before he gets injured.
But hold on, but Landry is not doing that. Landry is definitely not going to do it. Landry he's still looking for another bag, bro.
Yeah, I'm not saying right now he getting paid, right? He getting paid his bag because as long as he don't get signed by another team, he's getting a little bit of bag, right, from Cleveland.
Yeah. Cleveland's still owing money, but he's still looking for like a good 3-year deal for something.
So you got to pretty much match whatever Cleveland was paying him, so he could, because right now he can get on the couch and he right there on the couch. You getting paid, baby? Yeah. Get your money, homie.
But it's gonna happen. He's gonna be fine. Like there's certain players that's gonna be fine. Like they just think I don't think Fuller wants to go to Cleveland with his boy Deshaun. That's probably what's going on. They trying to see if they can get Landry back. I don't think Landry wants to come back because they cut him. So if Landry don't come back, they're gonna try to sign Will Fuller. I won't be if Will Fuller stays healthy, he a problem regardless. But I just don't think he'll stay healthy. But again, on at the same time, going back to us, y'all gotta really read between the lines. But somebody say they don't like a scheme, and the scheme don't fit them, and you're a receiver.
Message.
Other receivers is reading that they like, well, I ain't trying to go there either.
Yeah, that's why I think it's just like we're gonna have these homegrown products. Just want to get a chance to shine.
Sorry, cut you off, but think about it for a minute. But since when's the last time since Des Bryant left, and since Des Williams left that COVID year after that season was over, look how long. Why am I going that far? Look back last year, how long it took for us to sign somebody.
Yeah, T.Y. took less money, didn't he?
Huh?
Juju and T.Y. took less money, right?
Yeah, it took less money not to come here. So we're going to have to draft. We're going to have to do it this way, bro.
Yeah.
We got
that's fine. It's just the thing is
what it is.
We got to have this confidence. Like the fans don't have the confidence, but I think EDC's got the confidence to say, hey, you know what? This is what we're rocking with. We're going to make it enough.
And let me just say this, and we got to show some love to EDC because you know what? The truth is this. The receivers that he's picked thus far, since he's been the GM, have been good. Hit that like button, like Big Dredge said. Good night, Trav. All the receivers that he's picked are productive, and they're good. All of them are good in their own way. They're all different. James Prochet is different than Duvernay, than Bateman and Tylen. Y'all don't even. Man, I can't wait till y'all see that. Tylen like a faster version of Steve Smith, in my opinion. Everybody says he reminds. They all said that was his comp. It's another Steve Smith. Go ahead.
Hey, so this guy, he got lit up a little bit on the LBHT show because he had opinions about it. It was some like he had some points to make, and I think LBHT they kind of disagreed a bit. And he was a big Prochet fan like I was. But I mean, I can agree with you, man. I think.
What did he say?
Oh, he was saying LBHT doesn't think so when he was talking about.
What they didn't like about what?
Oh, they don't believe in Prochet at all. They basically said Prochet is no better than DeVar Darling.
Who?
You remember DeVar Darling, number 81 for the Ravens back in the day?
No, I don't remember him.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to say, that he is not memorable and will not be memorable. They were just full on disrespectful.
No,
So, but yeah,
I didn't even like when KT had the I asked KT. Did he have one of them?
They pretty much roasted. They roasted Eye of Horus, and they actually planned on. They were joking about blocking him because he had some outlandish opinions. Don't get me wrong. They were some takes that was kind of like, I was like, all right, bro.
Hold on for a second. For the last few minutes that we on, can you bring KT on here real quick?
Oh, sure.
Possible?
Yeah, we can
get on real quick, man. Just for a hot second, because I want to say something about the draft. Is that the dude that was in the draft with him?
Who?
And is that the lunch break? I don't know them, so.
Oh, LEHT? No. So they're good friends. They actually do the 7 o'clock. That's the reason I come on a little bit later. It's because they come on at 6:15 Central Time.
I don't know who they are. Yeah, I don't know who they are.
All right, so there's the link right there. Go ahead and hop in here, KTSC. And
what's my man that did the draft with him though?
Who, Maurice?
Is that him?
Or KTSC?
He's not part of the lunch break hot take.
No.
Okay.
That's Brodney and Jose. They pretty funny.
One was a Carolina fan, right?
Yeah. Jose is a Carolina. No, Jose is a Ravens fan. Brodney is the Carolina fan.
Mike, take your ass to bed. Love you, brother. Salute. What up, Josh?
Man?
What's up?
Hey, look here, man. Look here. I know we talked about it when Couch got off last time about the receiver. Yeah. That's why I keep bringing this up. I had to really think about it after watching that interview, bro, and really soaking it in. Hollywood screwed us. We are not getting any free agent receivers, right? Not this year. He screwed us. We're not gonna get a free agent receiver.
You still gotta try your hand. I mean,
you can try your hand. I'm sure. Look, we tried a hand last year.
We all know Hollywood has a heart of fucking stones. He don't want to block or get hit. That's why he wanted his way out. Let's be honest.
I think he's very much a diva.
He's not built.
He's soft as baby's ass, Jermaine. You know he is.
Yeah, I think he's a diva, and I think when it comes
to see when he caught that slant against New England his rookie year, he could have.
He got that Keyshawn Johnson mentality of.
Hold, Jimmy. Keyshawn Johnson at least will go across the middle. I get what you're saying.
Keyshawn was very much a diva, wasn't he? He was
but he still had. He had heart though. See, remember? Do y'all remember the game we played New England, the rookie year when they were undefeated? He caught the slant and could have scored. The little faggot run out of bounds. All that real estate. Excuse me, bro. I'm sorry.
Just go ahead and clout, son.
I mean, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I don't mean to offend nobody. I love everybody, just for the record. But no, he ran out of bounds.
We partially part of team keep it clean here. We're gonna get kicked off of team keep it clean.
I'm sorry, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But yeah, Hollywood, man, he's a good receiver, but he just don't got no heart.
It'll just be going heavy.
I think he was getting what he could get, and he got out of bounds because he was still fearful of his weight and the injuries and stuff. But
yeah, he talking about he got a.
He's a diva. In that
he missed games because he had a messed up toe. Like, really, bro? You really can't play because you had a messed up. T.O. played on a broken leg, man. Like, what?
But look at the stats. You don't compare them, bro.
I mean, yeah, 163, 230, 159, 170. I get it. I understand it.
Yeah, he was 157 catching those passes that year.
Yeah.
If you compare to the Steve Smith got on. If you compare to Steve Smith, then
now Steve Smith said everything that everybody else was scared to say. He can't beat man coverage.
He went off that night. I mean, and it wasn't just on Hollywood. This man clowned every person that he could possibly clown in that draft that night.
Hold on. What did he say about Hollywood when he went to the Cardinals? What did he say, though?
Every time he go against man coverage and get punched in his chest, he fall back. He basically say he don't got a pair. He don't got a pair cojones.
It was rude as all get out, bro.
No, that's why I love Smitty, man. Smitty is
he gonna always hold Baltimore close.
Because he felt like how the nerve of you to complain about something trade and you had the best stats of your career, like, bro, really?
Yeah, I was like, look, you 1,000-yard receiver. This is
you're not AJ Brown, and you're not you're not Devontae Adams. So who the hell are you to try to complain about something, bro?
Yeah, I felt it was wrong because I'm like, look, dude, when you got a combo of the tight end and the wide receiver getting 300 targets a year, which Tyreek and Kelsey didn't even have this year. They had 193.
Right.
No, 200. So it's 293. 293 targets versus the combo of Andrews and Hollywood had 300 targets. I feel like
say that again. You had more targets than Tyreek and Kelsey combined, and he complaining.
Yeah, so the combination of Kelsey and Andrews.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Andrews and Hollywood versus Kelsey and Tyreek.
They had more,
make
correct?
Sure y'all sorry, cut you off, okay? Yo, make sure y'all following KT, man. Make sure y'all following him for real.
Yeah. Make sure y'all, definitely follow KT.
I forgot. I'm glad y'all got me. I got Ian Rappaport ready. Come on in 2 weeks.
That's what's up, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
We're gonna work out a background though. Because you be going in and out, man. We're going to have to find you another spot.
What you doing with the green screen? Is it too tuned up or something? I think you got to tone it down on the green screen so that it actually matches up. And I'll show you what I do with mine. I got my green.
We're going to show you what to do because you're going to get out that damn bathroom trying to record.
No, I'm not in the bathroom. I'm just sitting at my desk.
What he playing?
I know you were joking. Yeah.
Right, so let's see what Taurus says here. Taurus says Deshaun Jackson at 58 receptions with over 1,000 yards. Easy. Has no room to complain. I said give Prochet that many targets. Hell, Bateman that many targets. I bet you they get more yards in Hollywood.
I agree. Listen, I think Rashad Bateman going to have about 1,300 yards.
Bro, I think he's going to turn into a Justin Jefferson, man.
Listen, I agree. The same amount of yards as Hollywood did his rookie year. That was my problem when the dude Jack came on here talking about, Hollywood's better than Bateman. I was like, you can't even compare them right now because they did the same thing. I think, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Bateman break a rookie record?
Rookie record for what? Missed games?
No, that probably broke that too. But
I'm just trying to figure out what rookie record for what he only had 500 yards.
No, but not. But he had more.
He had 47. He had 46. He had 46 catches. Hollywood had 47. So I'm sure it wasn't no record.
Maybe he did. I don't know if he broke a record or not. But you can't. I thought he did, but you can't compare the two and say Hollywood's better than Bateman. And he's not a better receiver now. He didn't. But he didn't even. Bateman didn't play the whole season and still had almost as many yards as Hollywood did. You understand what I'm saying?
Basically, yeah. Only thing he just didn't have the touchdowns. Hollywood had 7 as a rookie. He only had 1. That was the only difference.
Okay, so maybe that's the rookie.
Should have had 2. That Cleveland one, look, that was close.
Yeah, they got him.
Yeah, I felt like that was a TD. I think they should have went back and reviewed that at least,
But I wouldn't mind Will Fuller on a 1-year deal because, like I said, if he played half the game, we picked up Sammy Watkins, so why not?
Yeah, but nobody wanted to take Sammy's behind. That's why Sammy was
nobody wants Will Fuller. If we can get like 6-7 touchdowns on Will Fuller, it's a great sign.
All we need is go straight.
That's all. Keep the safeties back. Keep the safety back. That's all. And he know he's not going to be a number 1, and he's not going to want a lot of money. Perfect situation.
And you know what? I think the reason why I really think that's the reason why he always have all the hamstring problems because he just got him sprint. He just instead of maybe he need to do shorter routes and just let him.
Yeah, have him run a post here and there, post a quick slide. But we cannot. I mean, I love the young receiver just as much as you do, Jermaine. But you cannot go into Pittsburgh and Kansas City with just those young guys and expect them to always make plays. It's just not going to happen.
I totally agree with you, but
it's just not going to happen.
I just think we got.
This is not Friday. Listen. It's not.
Let me tell you.
Friday. It's not Friday Night Lights or Blindside and all that stuff like that.
No, it
don't work like that.
Let me get Travis. I told you taking your ass to bed. I see you back.
Yeah,
but this ain't an unsung hero movie.
I can't see. Was a team keep it clean.
My bad, Kelly. My bad. Just
but my application got denied. I checked it this morning. It was like.
Sorry.
Is that couch right? Yeah.
Jesus still loves us the same way, brother. The Lord, that's right. Go and get him. Tell him. No, that's all. I think you know what it remind me of. And I'm gonna be honest. All right, this. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. So when I was playing little league football, I was making all these plays. My father used to record all the games, right? And you know you had to go back, you look at the games, blah blah blah. One day, you know how you had the little small tapes, and you put in the big tape, to put in the VCR type joint. You remember that? All right. So obviously, some of y'all may not know that. I don't know how old y'all are, but it ain't that far back. Early 90s. And then, yeah, because I was a kid, early 90s. So it was like the little tape, whatever. Anyway, long story short, my cousin, I thought I lost it. So my father got upset with me. He's like, that's your tape. You can study what you're doing. My cousin threw it away. Jealousy move. Watch this. I'm trying to compare to something. Watch the move right here, right? Talking about Hollywood.
Hey, said, yeah, I agree with you.
You feel what I'm saying?
1400.
Like, look, what you just did, it was real talk. It was selfish. It was selfish because whether you were gonna be here or not, you was gonna get your bag. And I didn't know the fact that you said that you thought about it last year. I keep thinking it's because everybody was getting on them about the drops, right? That was in my head. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think he's very media present. He can recognize all the hate. And
TJ Husmanzada went at his neck, bro. Man. I love. Yeah. Did y'all see what TJ Husmanzada said? I loved every bit of that.
What did he say?
He said something. He posted a picture of Hollywood dropping the ball against Detroit. He said this is the same guy that talked about he wanted out of Baltimore and he got and this the most targets he had. Next thing he gonna go to Arizona and just drop passes in the desert.
Yeah, I mean, and he's gonna get
TJ. I got
1,000 yards. He will not get 1,000 yards in Arizona. Like,
I think he get 1,000 yards because they throw the ball more. That's the only reason I think so.
They spread it around. They got so many.
But I don't think so. I'm tell you why Kyler Murray gonna be running for his life. So it's going. He'll
be running like
he'll make some plays, but
parents over here chasing him.
But this is the thing. Like, my whole thing is that when you do that, you just made it harder for everybody.
You right. Torres. He's not even gonna get a third of that. You right.
No, he not. But he said it wasn't about the targets. It's about how he.
Oh yeah, because he didn't want to go across the middle anymore. That's all.
He didn't want to be the guy. He didn't want to be the guy that got brought back in when he wanted them to throw early. Is what he wanted. He wanted them to throw early versus throwing back in the games. That was what he said on the I Am Athlete.
But
listen to that crap.
But this is the thing that we were doing. That's why I had the disagreement because we were doing that before Lamar got injured. We were doing that.
We ain't having
He got force fed a lot.
Huh? Yeah, exactly.
He got force fed a lot. Like what? I mean, like what the hell?
He was force fed a lot.
Absolutely. I think that Indianapolis game, force fed. I mean, but granted, that was a comeback. The Vikings game, force fed like crazy.
Come on, all those comebacks. Anytime the first game of the season against the Raiders.
Yeah.
So
they peppered him a bit. Yeah.
Who was he looking for in the end zone? He was looking for him. But this is the thing, like with him coming out saying that, that's why I'm like, unless we overpay for a 1-year deal or on a receiver,
something that we can't afford the next year or the year after that.
And I think they can open up the books because they're gonna have to restructure some contracts anyway and extend. They're gonna extend Peters. They're gonna open up some space because you don't want to go into the season with like $3 million on the books that you just had for yourself. You got off of it. We go through a tragic season like we did last year with all the injuries. You want to make sure that you got some open space as far as cap space, right?
Yeah,
so for sure, definitely.
But my thing is this: it dampens anybody's thoughts of coming here because he opened up his mouth and said, "I don't like the scheme." But I'm not even getting on him for the. He's the first one to actually come out and say it. But like you said earlier, Cal, Juju took less money to go back to Pittsburgh. I think he went back to Pittsburgh because I think he really thought that they were going to re-sign him. But they jotted him dancing on the logos.
Yeah.
so
all them TikTok videos, man, all this
Yeah.
Business.
And
He gonna have a blast in KC with him and Jackson Mahomes. Them two Fruit Loops gonna have a blast over there.
Oh yeah, they already acting stupid.
He got a 1 year deal to go there, 2 years.
Yeah,
1 year deal, $10 million.
So again, he's still trying to do a proof.
What's the name gonna take his targets though? Marquez Valdez-Scantling. He's gonna take his targets because he's
I think
faster.
Sky Moore gonna get a little bit of that too.
Oh yeah, for sure. He took it in the second round. They're gonna definitely look up.
He in a good space because you know what? He gonna get one-on-ones all day.
Oh, definitely, because you can't cover everybody. You still got Kelsey. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So
speaking of that, look, Kam Ru and y'all see the Chiefs still attacked the position. They traded away Tyreek Hill and they still attacked the receiver position. We didn't really do that. That's one thing I'm upset. If you're going to trade one, at least don't subtract and don't add. It's basically.
I think I think EDC said it right. He said he got his pockets picked because I think Calvin Austin was like set up to us. Yeah.
I mean,
we got it twice. The two. Yeah,
I mean,
he won it, right?
Yeah, I know Calvin Austin and somebody else. They said I'm not a real big fan of him. He just fast.
That's what he was trying to get.
Trying to get.
Is his last name pronounced Mitchie?
John Mitchell. Yeah.
Trying to get him.
Houston took him in, but
Houston did that. They did that twice to us.
They did it twice.
Houston got us. They got Christian Harris. I was a little pissed about that.
And you know when a team, you ain't trading up in the later rounds if you don't think the other team gonna take got some type of idea they're gonna take.
That's why we should have kept pick 100 because we could have
New York.
Danny
I was
Gray with that.
Hot about that because New York came in and stuck in business. Got
the Giants reached on him. What messed up the draft with receivers? The Patriots and Giants reaching on Wan'Dale Robinson and Tyquan Thornton. That messed up everything.
Yeah, Tyquan. Yeah,
those guys were third round prospects and they took them in the second just so nobody else wouldn't get them.
Yeah,
I think Wan'Dale gonna do some things, man. That boy is nasty.
Yeah, he's definitely tough. He's tough. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of short receivers like that, honestly.
Yeah, I
like the 6'2", 6'3" guys.
When
things get tough, you got to be able to throw it up into in the range.
I don't see Calvin Austin is he's still short too. He's like 5'8".
Yeah, 5'8". Then he had some drop issues at Memphis too. That's why people wasn't really like
He got that shake, man. That's the thing. He got that shake like Tariq Hill. Everybody looking for that.
Give me the arrow, give me the whip routes, give me the drags, give me all the slants.
Right. He's definitely a speed demon. But I was hoping we took that kid. I was hoping.
Yeah, I see that. But Mitchie, man, Mitchie would have been.
Yeah, who we should have drafted though, Cam? We should have drafted Romeo Dubs, man. He was there, man. He was there out of Nevada.
Yeah,
I think he went to Green Bay, man.
I don't know how good he is.
Oh, he had 3 1,000-yard seasons, man.
Oh, that was what's the name's boy?
Yeah, Carson Strong. Yeah, Carson Strong.
That's why they got. That's why Green Bay picked him up because they still got love.
We had him right there. Then we took Jordan Stout, and I get it. He can punt, but it's like you can get a punter in the 6th round, man. Like I just didn't agree with that, man. I just don't.
I really think they did that because I think Russ Cook is. I think Sam is.
I get it. I understand, but it's how hard it is to find a punter. Like it's not hard to find a punter. I'm just saying.
I feel what you're saying though.
But Jesus Christ, like damn, EDC, like hey.
I think that punter just made it really writing on the wall for Sam Cook. That hey,
I get it. I wish, I'm a Mr. Wolfpack, but they could have found the punter in undrafted free agent or something. You don't take the punter in the 4th round. I don't give a fuck how much.
Yeah, I think it could have waited. I don't know.
Yeah, like I mean,
it had to be a reason, bro. It had to really be a reason for you to, like, it was nobody on that board that you wanted to stack because you came back and got Likely. So there were still athletes up there.
I was still cool with that. I said, okay, let's at least take one receiver. That way we can offset it a little bit. Yeah, it had me hot too. I said, man, he probably fucked. I said he probably fucked no draft up with that, man. He was killing it.
He killing it.
Oh my bad, excuse me. I'm gonna say what the judge say. Disregard that last comment. Nah, but he probably messed up draft up with that.
This is what happens when we talk to you after 12 midnight. The joke is
oh my gosh! Yeah, we better get going, man, because we had 2 hours and 30 minutes right now.
I don't know how y'all do it at the hour. I'll be ready to wrap it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
We
can
just
make
had
y'all
so much
Stop
good
at
time.
an hour 15, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna play this joke. He keep
like
talking.
when I had Cam on, it was like an hour and 20. I said, yeah, man, I'm about to hurry up, Cam. I don't mean to end the conversation.
I was like, I'm
Yeah.
ready to go. But Couch can talk, so I'll be ready to talk too.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
enjoy it,
Jermaine.
man. It's a fun time, man. I appreciate it. You know,
Jermaine, aren't you an all-day minister? Before we get off, aren't you like an all-day
yeah,
minister?
I'm a high priest. I'm the second.
Oh, okay.
counsel.
That's why you were heavy on the sailor language.
I
Gotcha.
try to
Makes
keep
sense,
it,
man.
try to keep it clean. It's just sometimes it don't get me wrong, it slips out on me as well. But if I can keep it clean for those who are watching, 'cause,
What jersey you got on? Is that Jimmy Smith or
Huh?
Tony Jefferson? Your
That's
jersey you got on? Is that Tony?
I got
a surprise for you on this one. Hold on.
I gotta be.
Oh, that's Willis
McGahee.
McGahee. Okay, from the U. That's my guy. I'm a big Miami
I don't
fan.
know why I kept saying.
I got this when I was in Kuwait.
Kuwait. Oh yeah. Forgot military guy. Definitely shout out to you,
boy.
Jermaine.
Until RC gave it a. Oh my God, boy, that was. Let me tell you something.
We gotta do this again to have Maurice on here, man. He gonna have y'all rolling, man. His takes
Oh yeah,
man.
he's definitely a knowledgeable, very very knowledgeable guy. I like listening to him as well. He really goes into depth. He can talk scheme. He can talk all that. The dude his knowledge is off the charts.
I'm
sorry. We at that time, folks. We at that time. We thank y'all for tuning in to the home of original sports perspective, from our couch to yours. This is your host, the Couch Rider Raven. Thank you for having Justin on. Make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to KTSC Sports Talk. Kam Ru, how's the album doing? You doing good with the album, man?
Good. We working. We trying to get to that million. We trying to get that milli.
Well, we all keep rocking, following our dreams.
That milli.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Following those dreams, man. We hope that y'all are following yours tonight. I'm thinking later on, maybe the next show we'll start to do things like motivational moments, because we want to keep y'all rocking and motivated as well. So with that said, y'all have a good night, man. Y'all take care. 2 claps. Fade to the rap.
Yes, sir.
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens. Couch Rider. Raven. We gon' ride out. Couch Rider. We gon' ride out.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect it. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White rap for the beat, though.